Me sorry, Allie. Me's guided to stream anyway, sweetie. Me's guided to stream even if you're on, sweetie.
Most of us are trying to take steps in the physical world to make our dreams happen. But that's a
I walk this road, I walk the line, I walk this wire within my mind, and it's me I choose to be, my own freedom. I see the signs, they are divine.
How could I not know this song off by heart? It's funny. I have on my glasses.
Wake me up from this spell that I'm in. Wake me up from the loneliness inside. Wake me up from the dream that lives in my mind.
Whee! I see you.
They are divine. They say balance, it is a key to our own destiny. Each other and through our day, both you and me, in the all of me. I am, you are, we are one for eternity. Wake me up from the spell that I'm in. Wake me up from the loneliness inside. Wake me up in the dream that lives in my mind. I create my thoughts, they are divine.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. Share the link. I can't share the link. It's not showing up. 15:44. Boom. Eastern time. Hey, Super Dave 44 at 15:44 Eastern time. Right on, nice sync. Hey, Smokelahoma growers. Cheers, family. Stay lifted and gifted. You as well, Smokelahoma. I love that. Tom wrote in. I did a French video this morning, and Tom wrote "Bon fucking jour," and I could just imagine him saying it with his like British accent all day long. It cracked me up. Bon fucking jour. He cracked me up. I know, it's the little things that crack me up. Super Dave, how do you do? I do good. I do good as I can. Life is good. Happy Frias Day. Free your mind. The rest will follow. We are the 24th, which is like a holiday day in some places of Canada because of Saint Jean Baptiste Day. I don't particularly resonate with Saint Jean Baptiste Day, but hey, still got the French roots, so a little shout out about that. I've been binging French songs all day, so, well, a little bit of other stuff in between, but still, whatever. Let's get an animal going. A little bit of animal spirit. Ooh, fell right to my feet. Better pick her up and grab it. Grab it. Oh dear. Oh my dears. Okay, that's not gonna work there. Here, one more sip. My coffee's just at that perfect temperature. Well, it's getting cold, but it's not cold yet. So I want to try to not forget about it and just waste it. I used to be able to sip my coffee cold all day long, and I can't do that anymore. It has to be hot or at least warm, otherwise I can't drink it anymore. Dear, oh my dear. There you are, my dear. My dear is on page 21. Hey, Alex. Good evening, beautiful people. I don't mean to double stream at the same time as Allie reading the book. She's reading a chapter of The Women Who Dance with Wolves. If you guys feel like going on over there, please do. I was guided to come in anyways. So I wasn't able to sit and listen, and I was guided. I get all edgy and just like, wee, kind of shivery when I'm meant to stream. So I don't know what's meant to come out today, but again, guided to stream. But those who want to go watch Allie, please do. I don't need the numbers. I just need whoever needs whatever I need to flow today, if that makes any sense at all. Dear, trust. Approach the situation with a light heart. Dear asks you to trust in the situation as it is unfolding. Your inner child wishes to connect to the side of you that has not forgotten the gentleness and wonder of life. Don't take yourself too seriously. Be gentle on yourself and others, and check in with your intuition. If you do this, you will glide through situations with ease. Find the balance of being strong and determined, but soft and gentle at the same time. That's my hardest thing ever, eh? It's not easy being cheesy. It's actually really easy being cheesy, but it's hard to balance it with not being like pissed that other people are just not so cheesy sometimes, if that makes any sense at all. Right? Free will. Free willy. The deer lives in her heart chakra. The traditional symbol for the heart chakra is the deer, as she symbolizes love and harmony. Thus, she's asking you to take a step back. Look at the situation through your heart and trust in manners matter. Concerning yourself and others. And the crystal companions to this is blue calcite, ametrine, and emerald. And no, this is not a real emerald, because otherwise, yeah, I would fucking sell it and buy myself a compound. Little community land. How much would an emerald like this be actually worth? What if it is real and I just never knew because I paid $2 at a thrift shop for it? That would be funny, eh? That would be like the ABCs of me. It's like the other day, I had a lottery ticket in my purse. I had zero money left except for pocket change. And when I mean pocket change, I went to get a coffee with like dimes and nickels. Like a child, right? How to be childlike. Be poor and then count your nickels and dimes to go get coffee. Like back in the day when you'd go get pop and chips at the store. But yeah, turns out I was holding on to a $20 lottery ticket. Every time I went that week, everything inside of me was guiding me, and I was like, why bother? And I don't like checking a ticket if I don't have money to get more. So I was waiting and waiting. So the day that like I actually had money, then it was like, damn, I had $20 that whole time. I know $20 might not seem like a lot to anybody else, but hey, when you got nothing, it's like, wow, he's rich. Thank you, Alex. You already gave Allie a like. Right on. Thank you. Again, I don't mean to double stream at the same time as one of my sisters, my favorites channels, but I was guided to come in. Yeah. I don't know. I was guided to come in anyway. So whatever needs to come out, let's do this. Get some fairy action going. Yeah, I was thinking about you when I did the French video, Alex. Thinking about you and Gunnar and Priscille Lapierre, like the ones who kind of understand the French. Hi, D-Case. How's it going, Derek? D-C. Where's a B name? We got Alex with an A, D-Case with a D. Creatrix comes in with a C. There's a B missing. B, I named the stream B. Hi, Aphrodite Rose Starfire. How did the court stuff go, sweetie? I hope it went really well. I hope it's like, is it done? Court can be so shitty because it's like you go there and it's like supposed to be done, and then you're like another year and a half on the fucking railroad train of like the bullshit of it. And thanks for your vid today, the one about the babies. It's so important to have like the knowing, the knowledge, but not to go into the rabbit hole and like, stay middle road about it kind of thing of the awareness versus, being angry or all that stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think I rambled enough in the comments. I wrote like 2 short novelettes in your comments. You posted on your All Kimmy channel? The judge was a poo head. Damn. I have another hearing after July 4th, of course. Those bitches, they just fucking, they'll always. When I got divorced, I had been separated already for 4 years. And when I got divorced, my lawyer was like, you are entitled to half of the house. And I was like, no, I'm not. I signed my rights away for that years ago. I don't want half of the house. And he's like, but it's yours. We're going to take it. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it doesn't matter if you sign something, you need the money and it's by law to protect you. So we're going to go for half. I was like, fuck you, we're not going for half. I already made my agreements with my ex-husband years ago. And it doesn't matter if you tell me I have the rights to fucking like every fucking thing in the whole fucking world. I'm not taking it. I'm not doing it. And he looked at me and he was like, are you fucking crazy? T'es folle? In French, t'es folle? He's like, you've just closed your restaurant. You have absolutely nothing. It's going to take you the rest of your whole life. You might never be on your feet again financially. That's how fucking poor you are now. And I was like, okay, but guess what? If I take half the house, then I put him into half the situation that I'm in. So all of a sudden, he's going to have to figure out his shit with the house. He's not going to have the land for the kids. There is one structure, one building. I know he's going to live in that house forever and a day, right? Probably till the day he fucking dies. That's the kind of man he is. So no, we're not taking it. Fuck you. He was so mad, he wouldn't even talk to me in court. It was so funny. He wouldn't even fucking talk to me in court because he was so angry, right? Because there goes his way to make more money and use me as a fucking puppet and a pawn for the system and against men. And it was just like so funny because his whole like, we're in court and he can't even fucking talk to me except for what he was so like shaking mad. I walked out of there and flipped him the bird and said, thanks for your service, motherfucker. Well, anyways, that was my court story. I've only been to court 2 times. One was to get divorced, and the other one was to be a witness in a fight. I had stopped a fight between 2 masculines that were like way bigger than me, right? I'm a half pint and a half. And so when we were in court and they were calling up the witness that separated the fight, my name is Michelle Barrette, and in Quebec, Michelle Barrette is like a masculine name more than a French than a feminine, because in French we pronounce Michel, Michael, Michelle the same way. Anyways, so they called up a masculine, and I stood up, and the judge was like, I think somebody made a mistake somewhere. Either the typo is wrong or the woman standing in front of us is not the right person. She cannot have stopped this fight. And then he asked the 2 dudes to stand up, and I'm like this, and they're like this. And I was like, oh yeah, I stopped it. And both the dudes were like, oh yeah, she did. And he was like, I think you're going to need to come up here and like tell us what happened, because there's no way you could have stopped this fight. You're too little. And I was like, well, I did. Well, I did. Yeah, somebody had jumped somebody like a little ninja monkey right in front of my face. Like, you gonna jump somebody? Like, not on my watch. Anyways, why am I rambling about this? But, you know. Yeah, the strings attached, Aphrodite. Fuck your strings. I'm here to cut them. I ain't no puppet. Right? That song by Immortal Technique, the puppet song. I forget what it's called now, but I got no strings to hold me down. Hi, the Fanatic Card Guru. Welcome in. I'm going to blue you. I hope that's okay with you. I don't blue for moderation. I blue so that you guys all belong. you guys blew long. That means that you can share your channel if you want, and that means that you can press on everybody and just find them really easily, right? Sharing is caring. Being able to find each other is like the biggest amplifier that we can actually do simply for the collective. Does that make sense? D, you've been to court a couple times? Yay. D's like, I could do a whole like session on I've been to court. Yeah, not me. I've separated from a few masculines where we were, together with money, and my ex-husband as well, and we never used the court system. I had to legally, because we were married, go to court, so that was a whole other level. But in my common law relationships, thank God I never chose to get married again, right? That will be for later, my baby, right? My dude. Yeah, so common law, you can go to court and then fight for the kids and fight for half, and it's like one of the most things that I'm the most proud of my masculine and myself for is that we always figured our shit out. We didn't need the legal system. And again, except for the one marriage thing, because we had gone into the legal system to be married, right? Aphrodite Rose Starfire says, the only one out of 20 people in the courtroom wearing a mask was the lawyer against me. The mask was super dirty, really? That's so gross, Aphrodite. The mask was super dirty blue cloth material, and it looked like his mom made it 2 years ago and he never washed it. Ugh. That's so gross. Basic fucking hygiene tells you that if you stick something on your face that's dirty, it's not good for you, right? One of the most first things they teach you in a babysitting course is never cover a baby, allow for a baby or a toddler's mouth to be covered for a certain amount of time, because it can do damage to their lungs and their system. So what a comedy and rigmarole that humans, have actually fallen into this program and trap. And that, holy shit. I swear, I'm so naive, Aphrodite, and, everybody that's here. I'm so naive that I thought humans, had balls and spunk and guts. I never thought we'd go past the 1 month of the masks. And now here we are with, the rest of the shit show that's accumulated. I can see myself 2 years ago saying to Jack, right? You remember Jack, D-Case? I can see myself telling Jack, oh, no, Jack, don't worry. This is what's going to make humans stand up, right? Who would, wear masks eternally? And he was like, Michelle, I foresee that this, might become a global thing, all forever. And I was like, what? No way. There's no way this is going to play itself out so long, right? Humans ain't that stupid. I was wrong. I was so wrong. Oh, my God. I love all humans. I just don't like every one of them. You know what I'm saying? I know, Creatrix. Thanks for saying it. That's funny, Aphrodite. He's scared of you. That's why he's wearing a mask. Exactly. Imagine a lawyer with a mask. Hello, ballless lawyer. What the fuck, right? What the fuck? I just can't even. I'm going to stop because I could go on a whole rant and ramble about making jokes about that. Oh my gosh. Yes, Creatrix, court is like comedy. Have fun. It is, but it's still really fucking yucky, and it's just I just would wish this timeline over for Aphrodite Rose Starfire, right? At some point, I understand that we're still half in this world and half not out of it, but I just want for those of us who are at a certain level of embodiment, just enough of the fucking shit show where we have to participate in order to help trigger people and help them learn stuff. It's can we leave a bunch of people on their own to figure their shit out, and then we elevate into a different kind of paradigm so that we can be stronger together instead of all separated everywhere and trying to figure out our shit through this matrix bullshit stuff, right? Oh, beautiful. That's awesome. Aphrodite says, it was total kangaroo court. I felt like Alice. Well, at least you felt like Alice. Next time you could go kind of dressed up like her, right? Wear some funky socks or some shit. I would dress up like Alice. Subtly, Alice. Maybe not like, complete disguise, like Halloween looking, but yeah, I would dress up as Alice or something. I would probably go to court wearing a fairy costume. Oh, you wear your wedding dress. Hey, Aphrodite. Oh my god. Wear your wedding dress to court next time and just say, I had nothing else to wear. I felt I should be formal and this is the only thing I could find. Right? Oh fuck, I would do that. Remember that time I said if I had your wedding dress, I would go to the park and just sit in your wedding dress just for fun? I've never worn a wedding dress for real. Like I didn't. Even when I got married, I bought like this small like knee just above the knee and like with the collar type of thing. I don't not a collar, but it went up. I'm not really a style person to like say the cuts of clothes, but it was like basically a grad dress that I found for under $200, and that's what I wore. I've never worn a real wedding dress. I don't think I would either, except for the fun part of going to the park for no reason in it. Right? Imagine, remember? I said that to you before, Aphrodite. Imagine you're sitting at the park in a wedding dress by yourself, right? Or me maybe with Lily. And then people being like, and it's like, I don't have a dude. I'm just like wearing the dress. Shit, I gotta find a wedding dress and do that. And I say that and I have trouble going out in a normal dress in my community because people just like, people suck balls. DCase, yeah, I'm really proud of you and Kim. It's the same Vive. Kim and I just figure it out. Exactly. And it's the ultimate of like communication when you figure stuff out with your ex when there's children involved. It's the ultimate of like, whoa, sometimes like if we would have communicated this good before, like we would have been amazing, but like been there, done that. I can't even like want to touch you anymore. But hey, I'm glad we get along, right? No joke. All for the greater good of the kids, and that's it. Aphrodite, Rose Starfire. It felt like people used to have balls. Maybe it's the chemtrails. Yeah. You know what? I forget who it was that was here talking about courting, about how masculines used to court and really put an effort into it. I think it was Squirrel Sniper, but it could have been somebody else. But I think it was Squirrel Sniper where he said, like, I would bike to my girlfriend's house, you know what I mean, for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I'd have to bike home after, right? The effort. If you watch an old movie from like the 40s, 50s, or 60s, like you don't, men didn't just like say like, oh, call me, baby, and I'll figure out if I answer your text and call you back, right? They instigated and then they followed through, right? Okay, Atrix, I've been sent so many letters from the courts and I watch myself read them and I disregard. Lots of words on paper is how I see all of that mumbo jumbo. Yeah, I've been sent some legal shit in my time that it's like, yep, I'm not a part of this reality. It does not exist for me, right? And it usually works. It usually, knock on wood, it works pretty good. Back in I would say the early 90s, because it was before I even met my husband and just after college. I was driving home from here and driving to Quebec where I lived at the time. I went to college here. Anyways, and I got a speeding ticket. And as I was getting the ticket, I was like, this ticket doesn't exist. This ticket doesn't exist. This ticket doesn't exist. I'm not going to pay it. I'm not even going to look at it. And I took it, but then I ripped it up and I threw it out the window. Yes, I polluted, but I never got the ticket. No one ever. And I can see myself like years after, right? And I'm stopped again for the first time and I'm like, oh shit, if my time, and this is before I even understood about, manipulating a timeline for my greater good, right? I didn't even know that what I was doing. I just always have done it naturally. So I can see myself a couple years after and I got pulled over again and I'm like, oh shit, if they couldn't find my address, now they got me here for that ticket. And then the guy, like, whatever, checks my stuff. And when he comes back, I was like, we're all good? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, There's nothing on my thing when you pop me up into the system. And he's like, no, everything's good. And I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I've only ever been stopped for speeding. And I deserved everything I fucking got every fucking time. And I almost went to jail one time for speeding, but that's a hell of another story, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah. DK's, yeah, it was. It was heartbreaking to see the lack of balls. Tough dudes with neck tattoos buying ammo and masks. Oh, thanks for saying it, D. Me being a single mom in my reality and having dudes that were bigger than me look down at me and tell me, right? They were mad at me. You need to listen and do what you're told. And I would look up and be like, no, I don't. Yes, you do. We all have to do this for our safety. No, you're actually harming yourself with your mask. I don't have to do that. Right? And the feeling of a masculine who would like to just like pop me one because I got more balls than him. The feeling of what it felt like for the last couple years. Yesterday, I wore my dress to go for a walk, but I got ogled for the first time in a long time because men didn't have the balls to ogle me anymore during the 2 years of like really masks and lockdowns and stuff. So that was kind of nice, right? Instead of, being kind of gross and crude and doing like, Matrix puppet boy shit. It's kind of starting again now because now a little like, oh man, I know I'm not wearing a mask anymore and everything's normal. It's like, yeah, oh my gosh, like it's fucked. And it's fucked. What was hardest for me, and not gonna lie, is when the convoy energy hit in January, and I was sure we are only 3.5, maybe 4 hours away from Ottawa. Everybody here knows a trucker, right? That's the north. We're in the north. Everybody knows a trucker. And when I was sure, again, naive, I'm so fucking naive. I was sure this is it, like maybe not everybody will take their fucking masks off, but there'll be less masks in public. And so what was really hard was watching truckers come out of their car, their vehicles, and putting on a mask to go into a store when their fucking, brothers and brethren are fucking risking their whole entire lives in Ottawa, right? Especially the week when it was sure that they were going to be like, SWAT was coming and that they were going to be rounded up. And to see, in my community that's so close, we are directly linked with Ottawa in ways that, you know what I mean? Not because of the government, but because of the shopping, for example. People go to Ottawa all the time on like the little holiday to go to the water slide or to go to a real big mall because I say I live in a city, but it's like really not that big. We don't have all the stuff and the amenities that big cities have. So people go to Ottawa all the time. I don't think I know anybody who doesn't have like, a child who's went to school, like university in Ottawa, or, somebody who lives in Ottawa and their family. So it's like, oh my gosh. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling about that. Aphrodite says the lawyer was an optimum of a gray alien. Yeah. He was pale, about 100 pounds, bald, pasty, with beady little black eyes. Yeah. And that's the hard part too, is because the distraction of the mask is there, you notice the beady little black eyes even more. Ugh. Aphrodite, bald with wispy long gray hairs at the back of his neck. I think he was about 40 or so. The Mad Hatter. Ooh, DK says dress up like a judge to go to court. Yeah. Beatrix, there are so many Michaels in my life. Makes me want to go to the beach for shells. My shells, yeah. Yeah, me too. And I never had a Michael energy that wasn't good for me on some level. Actually, I've only ever had one Michael energy that wasn't good for me on some level. Only one ever. Often when I've been in public situations and have had people either offer me assistance or do a good deed for me or even just whatever, when they have their names, or when I ask them, it's a Michael. It's that Archangel Michael energy that just always is always like on board for the timelines. Aphrodite Rose Starfire, men are supposed to pursue the movement, the action. So true. Yeah. Um, yeah. The roles, the inversion, and how men have been stripped of their masculinity and what it is that their essence is there, right? And the feminine as well. So, you know, we got generations now of women and men who have no idea of their own inner self because of all the programming and shit. The anchor dress is so hot. Thank you so much. Lily laughed at me and she said it was like cheesy cringe. But it's like my favorite thing, I swear.
It is.
Yeah, it's fine if you think it's cringy. I love it. Yeah, I found it at the thrift shop and I was like, "Whoa, just the orange stripes." And I grabbed it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's nautical. This is mine." Yeah, I love it. Creatrix, I go into all these systems and programs and I stir the pot. Have like a magic stew brewing. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing about like, you know, the how we all have different roles to play of where we bring our energy and still into like the matrix type of stuff and, you know, what our roles are. I don't know if I'm saying that in a way that comes out good. But yeah, know thy role. Like some people that are super elevated and super there are still taking medication for certain things. And like I always tell them, the reason you're still taking this is because you still have to be a part of the system. If you didn't have this medication, you wouldn't go to a certain pharmacy, you wouldn't go to a certain building, whatever it is, a hospital or just a small medical center or wherever it is you go to get, you know, your prescription, whatever. So the energy exchange that we're still here to bring forth into, you know, certain buildings, certain places. It's the same with, you know, a lot of spirituality speaks of like don't eat this, don't eat that, and oh my god, if you eat this you're not going to ascend. And it's like fuck you, right? Some of us are sent to get the bag of chips, some of us are sent to go into certain buildings and certain places so that we're in a certain area that our energy is just still being flowed, right? If everybody gets all high and mighty on a pedestal, who's going to put the energy forth in the buildings and the places that they don't want to go into, right? That's important. This is all so much bigger than us. Like people still are focusing like on the fact of, you know, just one thing, don't eat fast food, it's bad for you. But on a multi-dimensional level, the layers of it and the why we go to certain places is so important, right? And that's why listening to your own body, what you need. Your body's not going to tell you to eat fast food all the time when you're at a certain embodiment. It won't. But we'll ask you to have these things and memory food, right? I've talked about this before. Corey's talked about this before. When we eat certain things, they bring up a memory. So it can help us to go back in time, feel a certain good emotion, or can bring us back to something that we need to work on because we're being triggered, if that makes any sense at all. Oh my gosh, I'm super snotty. Like the phlegm of me. Anybody else having like super phlegm? Super phlegm. Super dragon snot passing through. The other day, remember that video I had made in the winter where I was like, oh my gosh, I almost just died choking on my spit. That happened to me the other day. Again. And in the moment, I was just like, whoa, here we go again, right? But when you're sitting there trying to like hack up what needs to come out, and it's all like, sorry about the detail, but it's all like slimy and thick, and you're like wondering, like, what the fuck? Am I gonna die this way? Like, can you imagine? Story of my life, eh? Oh, she died choking on her fucking dragon snot. I can't help it. Yeah, the phlegm is real, and I know that a few people I've talked to about it are confirming that they as well have it. I'm not the only one. Hi, Hilltop Family New. How's everything going? Yes. Oh my gosh. I think I remember that, Case? Wasn't that like a year and a half ago or something? Ooh, I'm having like this like weird dizzy, nausea, hot thing pass through. He's okay. I gotta get water. Yeah, D says, hey, yeah, Creatrix. I got out of jury duty summons with a magic stew. Yeah, Aphrodite, she thought it was cringy because you look sexy. That's funny. Oh. She actually thought it was cringy before I even had it on. When I had it on, she said it wasn't so bad, but she's still not impressed with it, right? Holy shit. I gotta get water. I'm so hot. Overheating. Oh my god, I almost want to say who the hell walked into the chat and is not identifying themselves to make this like fucking heat wave passing through, man. Oh my gosh. Creatrix says, same here, DKs. I actually thought about going to jury duty because I could have had so much fun, but I have a job and essentially work on call. So I'm on demand and that doesn't really work with court. Exactly. Aphrodite says, too many receivers. Men are the plugs, women are the ports. But now everyone wants to be a port receiver. Oh my gosh. That's, yeah. Yeah. And it's the thing about like the salt and the oil, right, as well. I remember when you posted Benjamin, I just call him Benjamin Balderson, right? He speaks well about that. The oil and the salt. Some of his ideals are not like I don't resonate with, but he speaks of it really well. Jake Woodard, I forget his partner's name. I think it's Sophia. I have them on Instagram, and I've shared a few things like randomly in community posts, but that bringing back a sacred masculinity, right? He speaks of it very well too. DK's Creatrix, I had never voted before, so I wasn't even in the database. Then Maine had a vote to veto the law getting rid of philosophical and religious vaccine exemptions, and I've since unregistered to vote. Huh. Aphrodite magnetics. Yeah. Yeah. We are magnets. Oh, DKs, I totally got sleepies in my eyes lately. It's basically the heart mucus. Yup. It's funny, I was picking at my eye this morning and thinking, wow, this doesn't really happen to me very often. But I had that this morning. Thanks for being here, sweetie. Gotta hop in the shower, Aphrodite. Great chat. Love you all. Creatrix, yeah, I play with the system big time. Like a monkey wrench with eyes. That's epic. Me's proud of you. I got none of that inside of me. It's not part of my timelines, right? But, and it's like, thank you, sweet baby Jesus, because I have no patience for certain stuff. I really don't. But I've never, I've always been in society, but not of it. And working restaurants and how I chose to do it, I never was, I've never been in the matrix the same way as other people. When I finished high school, I chose to go live in buttfuck nowhere. So I have none of the experiences that reflect anyone I've ever gone to school with, right? I left to go to nowhere. When I saw my best friend in 2009, we had seen each other. She came to my wedding, then we saw each other a couple years later, but then we had another big span of not seeing each other. So when I went to see her in 2009 and literally stayed at her house and hung out, she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" It's like you get excited about all this stuff, and you're fucking weird. Like you really get excited about like the stupidest shit. It's like you've never seen any of this, and I was like, I haven't. She's like, what do you mean? Like, I haven't seen any of this. I missed it all. I missed, you know, like all the newness of everything that's come up in all these cities. I've missed like these things that exist here, but we don't have them in our area yet. As like just going to a grocery store here in Burlington is like a big deal because we don't have the same ingredient, we don't have the same food, right? We don't have access to what you guys have access to in the north, right? So yeah, we got a lot of stuff, but we don't have what you have. We don't have as many choices. We don't have choice between 2 or 3 sorts of lemons and stuff like that, right? We don't. And when we do, it's just like, whoa, okay, that's a shocker. That's a shocker. And she's like, wow. I was like, I've never lived. I've never been an adult like you. I've never worn high heels and gone to work. I've never had a feng shui house and grew up. I'm 50 years old and my house is eternally look like, you know, a teenager has free reign of her home. I never had. I never, you know, yeah, I grew up and became a mom, but I never grew up in other ways and did other stuff or participated or been exposed to things, right? And she was shocked, but I was like, even the way you drive shocks me. Like, you're always pissed off. And she's like, of course I am. I gotta, you know, I gotta keep my place on the highway. And I was like, what are you fucking talking about? Leave 20 minutes earlier and stop being in such a bad mood all the time. Why you gotta be like everybody else? Right? You gonna fucking honk at people the rest of your life because you think they're cutting you off? Fuck, leave a half an hour earlier, go slower, and fucking enjoy the ride to work instead of getting to work like all cranked up, right? Oh my gosh. DK says, yeah, I get salty with the Matrixy programs. Yeah, I've never been a part of a lot of them, so it's like I not only get salty, I got zero fucking patience, and I don't want to walk those timelines, right? Like, not at all. Fuck that. Hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to light. Perhaps a secret or memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. Sometimes it's easier to be in denial than to face a challenge, so we act as though something never happened and we pretend everything's fine. However, releasing the things that have been hidden from view can be very liberating and help us to move forward with our lives. The fairy of water comes to hold your hand gently and to guide you during this releasing experience. What a cool sync, eh? Aphrodite just went to take a shower and I pulled the fairy of water. One of the reasons things stay hidden is that they can contain painful memories. And this is totally understandable if there's major trauma in your life. It's important to seek help. Remember, you don't have to do all of this alone. All you have to do is take the first brave steps towards wanting to be free from your past. Once you've done this, there are people who can help you to walk gently through the experience and witness the experiences to help you release them with love. Then you'll be able to move forward feeling lighter and happier and ready to embrace the rest of your life positively. The fact that this card has appeared now means that you might be ready to face what's hidden, but only do this when you feel the time is right. Another meaning of this card may be that someone you know is keeping a secret from you. Secrets are fine, but not when they hurt another being. It's time to be honest with yourself and ask that others do the same for you. DK says, major feels, Vive. I didn't assimilate at all. I'd have a lot of catching up to do if I gave a fuck. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I couldn't even catch up even if I tried. I can't even, like, put a toe into certain things that are of systems or things, right? Like, anymore at all. So, you know, again, I couldn't even if I tried. You know? And I have tried in the last 2 years to, like, be the mom that's like everybody else and get a fucking job, but it's not a part of my timelines anymore. I'm to live in a different way, right? And it ain't easy, but it's easier than, you know, selling out and doing things that you're not meant to be doing. Okay, it's like, it's so hot here, 95 degrees already, getting hotter. Oh my gosh, it's actually not cool but not so hot, but it's very muggy outside. I've had a beautiful cloud cover all day, and I say beautiful because I'm still tender from the other day in the sun, so sometimes just being out in the sun, having a cigarette and baking there, feels nice to have that kind of day that's kind of shady. It's kind of shady day. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's nice because it's like shady but like warm, so it's like, yeah. Luck Be a Lady. That song's coming up for me. Lady Bird is Ladybug, Lady Bird. Luck Be a Lady. Old school version of Luck Be a Lady, right? Lady Bird. Hi, Sonola. Thanks for coming in, sweetie. You coming in at the same time as the Ladybug. And it's called a Ladybird on here. I had never really heard that till I bought this deck. You're on a lunch break? Awesome. He loves you, sweetie. Happy Friday. Did you get the weekend off? Today your like day that your last day of work type of thing? And I asked that because many people I know work like during the weekend and they got like other days off, right? Ladybird, luck. All of your manifesting, positive thoughts, and visualizations have been heard. Ladybirds symbolize luck. You may have been working on a project or have goals to achieve and generally been manifesting for the future. And she comes to show you that all your hard work will come to fruition and more happiness is on the way. Whee! Get in the car. Let's go. Ladybird is also a sign to slow down. Don't rush. Don't try too hard. Stay true to your heart and do everything with honor. And the crystal companions for the Ladybird is Aventurine, Citrine, and Jade. He loves Jade. I can't find my Jade. I have a Jade pendant that my daddy got me in Alaska, but I haven't found it like in so long. So I don't know if it's disappeared in a crack on my stuff somewhere and it's just gonna come up, or if it's just gone forever, right? Who knows? DK's got a fly, V. Good to see you. Love y'all. Love you too, dude. Have a super duper afternoon and weekend. And I say that, but it's almost like what? 5:30, 4:30 our time. You're Eastern time, aren't you, D? And I say that, he's gone. Yeah, I think so. I get mixed up with the states, like at the bottom that are near Canada, which ones are actually my time or not. My time, our time, it's time. Let's grab a 7. Ooh, it says 7-7 on my screen, 47-44 I've been on. Whoop, whoop. I feel I should have like background music today, but I can't do that with my stuff. I don't have enough devices to figure out how to do that, but I feel like there should be. If I did have background music, it would be like bagpipes. Why am I looking for the book over and over and looking back down? Yeah, some bagpipes. Pretend there's bagpipes in the background, guys. As I pull a card that says quieting the mind, pretend there's bagpipes in the corner. But hey, quiet your mind, but imagine bagpipes. Oh man, I say 7-7 and then boom, 4 people shoot out of the room and make it 3. 32, 3 and 2 is 5, quieting the mind. Meditation is a commitment. Need for silence. Peace within despite the chaotic outer conditions. Letting go of the mind monkey. Mindfulness. I'm gonna leave it at that. I think it's like really obvious, right? Doesn't need more like little words to bring up. You know, if you're meant to be like, if you're like doing overtime with the mind monkey, slow down, buttercups. You hear the kids playing outside? Yeah, I'm gonna say this out loud because I haven't really, nobody to really just say it to per se, but I haven't made a fire in 2 nights because the. It's been 3, but the first night was because I was tired. And then the last 2 nights is because the fucking sound effects in my background. Humans that speak a certain way that it make it that, you know, no judgment, but I can't handle that shit, so I'd rather stay inside. So it's like, okay, I've had the break now, and it's like, I don't really care what sound comes out tonight. I want a fire, but now it may be rain. We'll see. But yeah. And I know part of me has to get over it, but another part is just like, what the fuck more do I have to learn from this? What more do I have to learn from this, right? Not cool. Not cool at all. You going to sleep too, Alex? Merci d'être ici, Alex. Je t'aime. Fais des beaux rêves. Fais des beaux rêves. He's gonna pull a French card instead. Let's get a French card going. Let's get the French card going. I did some French today. I might as well do more. It's funny, when I started doing the French video, I was like, damn, I didn't even say one word in French, and here I go starting to talk French. 23:32. Boom. That's a perfect time to exit, Alex. Right on. 23:32 Romanian time. Se récompenser. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Se récompenser. Récompense. I don't know if I can read this without the light so much like that. Vous avez donné beaucoup de vous-même récemment. Il est temps de recevoir à votre tour. You've given a lot of yourself lately. It's time to receive. Prenez le temps de vous récompenser en faisant quelque chose qui vous fait vraiment plaisir. Take the time to treat yourself by doing something that you really enjoy. Il est essentiel maintenant d'avoir un équilibre entre ce qu'on donne et ce qu'on reçoit. L'énergie, l'humour, la motivation en dépend largement. It's really time to balance what you give and what you receive. Energy, the joy, and the motivation depends on it. And that is so, so true, right? Especially when we're gifting energy all the time and certain, you know what I mean? That there's not a receiving. It's like, there's a stagnancy that happens right away. There really is. Get a native spirit going. Oh, these feel so heavy. Feeling groovy. Nice. Itchy nose. Kiss a fool. Itchy nose, kiss a fool. Oh man, where's that book? Be sorry. Oh, there it is. I love this card. It's so beautiful, and it's very reminiscent of a few places I've been across Canada. One of them being not too far. Well, it's really far now because I don't got a car to drive to it. So it's really far. But there's a place off Kippawa. If you can Google it, Laniel, 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 Temiskaming. It's even more beautiful than this, but the water's maybe not the same color. And that's where I used to go and get kettle rocks with the kids. We would go off, and I had to drive with my car that was like low down a dirt road. So we would drive, like, I swear, from between maybe 10-15 kilometers an hour. It would take us like almost 40 minutes to get to the spot. And then we had to walk just 15 minutes to get to the spot where there was rocks and then explore like this kind of area. And I can see us the last time that we went, me and my kids. Sammy would have been it would have been 11 or 12, which means he was already bigger than me and taller than me. And so we are choosing kettle rocks, and I'm saying, like, I can only carry a certain amount. And Amy as well, because Amy would have been like 7 or 8, whatever, or 9 maybe. And Sam was like, oh, I'm good, I can carry this, right? And so when you start walking with a load of rocks, and then after a little bit, he's like, oh boy, this is a lot heavier than I thought. And it's like, it's okay, let's drop one off, right? And then a little bit later, like, oh, I think we're going to drop off 2 more, Mom. And it's like, fine, I told you we couldn't bring all these. And he was so disappointed in himself that he couldn't carry more fucking rocks. And meanwhile, like, he had done so much already. I can still see his face now. Anyways, random story again. Why Spirit fucking drags my ass here to fucking Babylon? I don't know. Hope somebody's getting something out of it. Dream traveler, you are a channel for Spirit. Trust your intuition, your hunches, and your gut reactions. This is a visionary card with the message that you are on the right path, even if it doesn't always seem like it. Your higher self, your spiritual guides, your ancestors and guardians are watching over you and supporting you. You are blessed, and you are a blessing. That part's important to remember, eh? You are a dreamer in the most wondrous definition of the word. I swear. Oh my gosh. In earth-based tribal traditions, people look to those unique individuals who had the ability to journey during their nocturnal dreams to bring back wisdom and guidance for the tribe. Wouldn't it be nice if, like, the respect of the guidance was actually followed through, instead of, at this point there's a lot of like true, authentic, oracle energy flowing freely on social media everywhere, whether it be YouTube or other places. And, instead of kind of like finding the message, it resonates, and then acting, people just keep on pressing on other videos and watching other stuff. So it's like, wow, the messengers are here. We are messaging the way we're supposed to, but holy shit, like, is it just going to be a harvest all the time of pressing on buttons and watching, or are people actually going to listen, right? And I say that in the most beautiful way, but at some point, oh my gosh, dreamers were able to step through the sacred portals in the night to commune with those on the other side. And you carry the energy of the visionary, the healer, and the seer. So watch your dreams. Messages from the Creator are flowing to you. Exactly. You know what I mean? There's no need to go to anybody else for the guidance and advice and stuff like that. But we are the best puzzle pieces to help elevate, pivot each other into different awarenesses, right? So, don't shoot the messenger, and maybe listen to the messengers. You're guided to them for a reason, right? Boom. I'm going to leave that at that. I love it. I swear I can't make this shit up. Number 7, amplify your positive emotions. So the last card up. So that child vibe. So récompenser, treat yourself. And then this water card, right? Dream traveler with the water. But then another childlike, right? So the double child, the water. Water is sacred. Water retains memory. If you are crack-a-lacking and feeling not, your highest self, get yourself to water. All you got to do is put your feet in. You don't have to immerse, but if you do choose to immerse, it's even more amplified. The feeling of being connected to mama, the feeling of like things washing away and memory coming in, right? Amplify your positive emotions. There's a ripple effect of energy flowing from you. I know, that's why I come in, maybe sharing and caring it. Be positive. Simply stay happy and just send the happiness out from your heart, and it benefits those around you. As you adjust your motives and attitudes, this energy flows from you in concentric circles, affecting all of your desires and beliefs. Boom. When I had done that merge with John Binney and Stephanie saw into my heart space how I just naturally send out rings through my heart space. Nobody had ever seen the visual of that before. I knew I was throwing out rings. I didn't realize it was coming from my heart space. I thought it was just everywhere, right? But she saw it. It's just, I'm just throwing out rings. Grab them, guys. Grab them, right? There's a chance to bring good fortune and influence to all of the events in your life. As circles also represent cycles, know that you're continually going in and out of cycles, growing and changing. With every ending comes a new beginning. Trust that the positive energy you radiate will attract what you wish for. Hey, that way. Infinite love and peace to all you. Grow flower bee. Awesomeness. You eating watermelon right now? Aw, cool beans. I bought a watermelon last week when we went to do groceries, and we haven't gotten through it. I think that's one of the hardest parts of just being like just the two of us if we're not craving something. And yeah, I ain't the most crazy about the watermelon around here, but it was okay. But I'm not, I don't know. It doesn't resonate with me so much. But you just reminded me that I have a half a melon in the fridge. Okay. Oh my gosh. The abundance card's just always coming out these days, guys. Always. Thank you to those who do share their abundant flow of monetary PayPal things for me and Lily. Really appreciate it. I gotta get the book. It's under my butt. Ooh, it's warm. Oh my gosh. Koi, 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 koi. Anybody got any koi fish things? And there's somebody sitting with koi fish right in front of them, maybe. Or a tattoo. Koi carp. Abundance. And this is an air water sign. So more water. Move with the flow of abundance around you and through you. In Japan, these fish are considered regal companions as they symbolize all that's beautiful and graceful. They are said to bring to the person who gazes upon them luck and wealth. Boom, Lady Luck over here. And there's my little lady. Right? Double luck. This is what they wish to impart on you. The ability to see the beauty in a situation. They will be your talisman for the flow of abundance. There could be something that needs to be acknowledged or addressed so that you can move forward in the flow. Koi carp are often placed in reflection ponds and temples as they take you to a deep and altered state of consciousness. The water calms and moves through you. The water calms and moves you through these states gently. Ooh, move through these states gently. That reminds me of people traveling across America. Move through the states gently. Whoa, I just had a flash of somebody in movement in a vehicle. Oh, whoa. Take the time to gaze at this card and call the energies of water and the koi carp to you and let them lead you to a reflective meditation and welcome in the flow of abundance. So, water, right? And the childlike. It's important. It is important. Okay, I'm going to grab a fairy, then I'm going to take a break. I've been on for 64. I need to move. I need to move. No kidding. Magical blessings. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by the magical fairy blessings. And the fairies say you can bless others too. Wow. Yeah. Sharing is caring, guys. Really is. It really is. Imagine a world where everybody's sharing, right? John Lennon, imagine. Magical blessings, power of the three, the Trinity, hands up in the air, right? To receive fairy blessings is an honor, and right now the fairies are bestowing their blessings upon you and your current situation. Fairy blessings are magical, and they can also be healing, and only you will know what form these blessings might take. You can ask the fairies for their blessings at any time. Perhaps you have a job interview coming up or a challenging situation at home. To do this, close your eyes and speak from your heart, explaining why you feel their blessings could be beneficial. I don't like being told what to say to my fairies or guides. I really don't. I don't imitate or use the mantras and certain things of other people the same way. That I just don't. And I love that people feel they've educated themselves about fairies, but guess what? My fairies are different, and we don't have the same type of need of formalities and certain things the way that, like, often fairy people speak, right? I don't resonate with being guided to be told how to speak to my angels, my guides, my fairies, my stuff, or God, even, right? Yeah. I'll be back. I'll be back. Guess who's back? Back again. Yes, that way, says right. To each their own. Indeed. Yes. Yeah. And I love that, meditation and certain things are available for people. I think it's beautiful, right? Sharing is caring. But there comes the time for discernment, and there comes the time for just innate inner knowing to kick in. You don't need other people's words. You must at some point manifest your own, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just me too, right? For me, just because I stand by that doesn't mean that that's not what pivots other people, right? Like, so my need for an exchange of energy is different than someone else's, right? That makes sense? And I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. The half the spiritual mumbo jumbo there is like basically just feels like hijacked programs to me. You know what I mean? People are not glowing. They don't, they're pumping out material for different reasons. It doesn't feel pure to me. And that's why when I find the purity, I shout it out, right? When I have my trusted people that I know, like Chakra Bunny, she's real, right? She's so legit real that, oh my gosh, she shocks half the people, and you know, some people might not even be able to watch her because she's so real. Same with me, of, you know, like some people can't bypass the fact that I swear or that I talk about certain things or that I say certain things, right? And that's fine. That's fine. I wasn't born to be a copy of anybody else. And neither was anyone else, but hey. Raw Morganite, sensitivity, gentleness, empathy, compassion, the gift of vulnerability. It is a gift when people allow their vulnerability to be seen, witnessed. Self-forgiveness. No matter how hard the rock, over time, water can alter it, making a path that was not there before. I talked about kettle rocks earlier, right? That's the perfect example when you got like this waterfall-esque energy and a rock gets stuck in a basin and then the shape of it changes. I was just talking about kettle rocks, I don't know, in the last 20 minutes, right? Appearance of this crystal is a sign that this is a time for you to embrace your sensitivity and gentleness. There's no need to be forceful when you can simply be open to what you are entitled to receive. And I know that word entitled can maybe like trigger some people and think we're not entitled to anything, but you know what? Abundance is our birthright. Love is our birthright. It is. We are entitled to it. It's our birthright. We are worthy of it. That is real. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. As this crystal spirit appears in the raw and polished form, finding strength and knowing that you do not have to engage in battles that serve no one. You are able to handle whatever dramas are in front of you right now. Your exquisite sensitivity will serve you well. It allows you to see things as they are. The conscious universe will be gentle with you, and Raw Morganite Spirit is here to let you know that you are not alone. You have solid foundation beneath you, so express your gifts of empathy and compassion. You are stronger than you know. Gentle assertiveness is the way now. For the message of Raw Morganite Spirit is to conserve resources and avoid giving in to the drama of battles. People who are wounded may not appreciate you now, so set healthy boundaries. For your compassion and kindness extends to yourself first. Express the strength of vulnerability by being honest without oversharing, by letting others see that you are on a healing path so that they might be inspired too as well. Hey, Dean. I feel so like weird, like double streaming at the same time as Allie, and I had put the notice on last night. I really thought I was supposed to be meant to be there. But when she started streaming, my body started vibrating and I couldn't understand what she was saying and being guided to do a stream. And it's so weird, right? But I gotta listen. Hi, Christine. Wake up, fairy. Whoop, whoop. I just picked a fairy card, Magical Blessings. Were you here? The power of the 3 and the hands up. Thanks for coming in. Christine says, some of us have the gate of shock way up in our human design charts. We're meant to shock people into initiation. Yes. Yeah. I was born a trigger. right? My last name is even Barrett, like the gun. I was born a trigger. I have been a lifelong trigger to shock people into whatever it is, right? Like for real, since a child. Since a child. Just like my mom would say, just me looking up from the baby carriage with my big brown eyes, holy shit balls, right? Not if people didn't put their hand in the carriage unless it was meant to and if the consent was there. I can see myself. I'm super young, and my aunt brings home who is to be her future husband, and I don't like him. And my whole life, I never hugged him. I never, and he asked my mom at one point, like, why doesn't she hug me? And my mom was like, what do you want me to say, right? Meanwhile, it's like, and yeah, like that. Just because I'm a kid, no, I don't have to like you. I don't have to enjoy you. I don't have to fucking give you anything that doesn't feel good, right? One of my hardest things all through my school days, like no matter if it was like the 70s and 80s, and it was just, you just call grown-ups Mr. or Mrs. That was always very hard for me because I was raised in a family where the title was never given, ever, right? And I didn't call my aunts and uncles auntie or, things like that. It was their name. So going into the school system and having to use, the label of Mr. or Mrs. That is supposed to respect, when I had no respect for many of my teachers. They were gross to me. They were hypocrites. And I would tell them, right? You tell us we need to do this, but you don't do it yourself. Or, you know what I mean? Like just the yucky shit. Especially my grade 9 teacher. Me and her was like, I would look at her and say, like, you don't even run for a second and you want me to run? Like, fuck you, right? Looking back, I was so hard on her, and she might have had back issues or super trauma in her life at the time, and I was her worst nemesis every fucking day, to the point she passed me with 50% saying, like, I never want to see you back in any gym type of class. And I was like, don't worry, I'll never be in back of anything. I'm not even going to go to the fucking football games just because you're there. Fuck. Right? Neo's Gardens, Genevieve. Hi, ma'am. Nice to see you. My dog stepped on a bee. Oh, really? Did he get bit? Have a great day. Cheers, y'all. Cheers to you as well. Yeah, I was called belligerent before I was even old enough to actually look it up in the dictionary by myself, right? Imagine you're really little and you're being called belligerent. Like the word even now is hard for me to say. I don't even know if I can spell it right still. You know what I mean? I can still remember when I finally understood what it meant, right? Oh, I'm argumentative. 11:11. You just woke up from a nap? Needed some beauty sleep? Right on. That nap energy is passing through, eh? For certain people right now. I'm glad you're like taking it and doing it, right? Good for you, dude. Don't resist the nap times right now, guys. Even if it's just a little bit. Listen to your bodies. That way, exactly. I accept all and their ways. It doesn't mean I participate. Same. It's like I've said before, if everybody wants to jump out of a fucking plane, buck naked, and having like orgies in the sky, eating like crackers and fucking throwing pie at people, go ahead. I'm not gonna do that. But you go ahead, right? It's all good. I don't know why I use that as an example. I think I'm funny. Ooh, Christine, wake up fairy. Prosperity is our birthright and the dominion over our individual realities. Rar, dominion. Dominion, dom, inyan, dominion. Domino, 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 the domino effect. When one domino falls and all the other ones do, right? Domino, dominion. I don't know, I just got stuck on the word. Hey, precious. I love the word precious. 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 Right on, Christine. Very cool. I just missed it, but I felt you in the ethers. Right on. I was doing the little call out of like, I'm streaming. If anybody wants to come in into like just the, right? The unified field, basically, into the ethers for real. I'm glad you listened, Christine. Christine, mine is pita, pain in the ass, the shock to set your ass in gear. I love it. Yeah. Hi, Anonymity. How's it going? How's everything? Oh, I forget where we were. Oh, I remember now. So, take a screenshot if you want it. I'm going to try to get it as good as I can, or I'll put it like this. Take a screenshot if you want it. But the other night when I shared Sax Squatch, his channel, and you went in and you were in the chat, I thought that was cool. The Sasquatch chats I've never generated to have Found Soul Tribe in there, but I've shared him often. And it's cool when I see anybody that, you know what I mean, is of us in there, because I think he's really cool. It's it's like a super concept to be Sax Squatch. And, you know, like, I don't know how he does it to be in that fucking costume and all hot and shit. But I think it's cool because I'm a Sasquatch person. I like the saxophone and I love Sasquatches. My Sasquatches. Okay. Christine, my father put the PETA in the hospital. Doctor, I put the PETA in the hospitality. Massage therapist. Cool beans. Wow, I can't touch people. I admire y'all that do that energy work through touch. I learned years ago how to send out my healing and energies in a way that I might never touch anybody else again if I don't have to or if I don't really feel like it. I could never do that. Ever, never, never, never. And I say that, and if ever I do, like, I would be shocked, right? It's just like, no. I can't even imagine. Just thinking about it kind of makes me want to pass out, right? I'd rather walk through 1,672 snakes with spiders jumping everywhere than ever massage a fucking stranger. No joke. And I say that, but I would give CPR and save somebody's life in a heartbeat, but I wouldn't massage them ever. No. Really proud of you. You do that. 11:11. I do enjoy a good nap. I like a cat. Exactly. Cat naps are the best. Yeah. Sometimes too, figuring out like that spot where the sun's gonna hit, right? And napping like just randomly somewhere in that little sunspot like a cat. Sometimes the cat's already in the spot I would want, right? Yes, 11:11 says head to ankle, Genevieve, head to ankle. Oh yeah, baby. And I say that, but I'm a foot person now in a different way. But I would never. I can't even. I've never gone to anybody to do what's the fancy thing when you get your toes done? Pedicures. Oh my gosh. I've told my daughter before, if you ever would, give me a spa day, I would just, even if it was worth like, I don't know, doesn't matter. I would give it back to you and I'd be so insulted. Like, never, ever, ever, ever. Hey, T. How's it going? How's everything going, T? Thanks for coming in. How's Erin? Happy Friday. Christine, wake up, fairy, says, Queendom is queen of your dominion. Kingdom is king of his dominion. Freedom is the free dominion. Wisdom is the wise dominion. Ooh, I like that. Thank you. Love when you guys write stuff that sounds like awesome saying it. It makes me feel elevated by reading it. Thank you, guys. That way. I love your ways. That's why I participate here. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah. Merci. Language that way. Same, 11:11. I would like to massage my partner if I had one. Oh, yeah, me too. I pity the mofo who's going to be my partner because it's like, you're going to be so fucking spoiled, baby. Like, just don't even, like, that's a whole other level. Exactly. I got a lot of pent-up energy of, like, giving and receiving ready to go. You know what I'm saying? For real. And I saw the coolest thing the other day on the beach is a massage table that just travels everywhere. And the lady was giving her dude a massage on the beach in the water. So he was, the table's here, the water's here, and he is just lying. And then she was just like, whoa. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's me in a future, probably a future life, the way this life is going, right? By the time I, who knows, but you know what I mean? It was so cool. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Dean. Kristen, touch is my love language and touch is my cognition. Am I saying the word right? Which means it's one of my superpowers. I also enjoy eating with my fingers, finger foods, and I know things when I touch people. Me too. That's why I don't like to touch people for no reason, right? There has to be a reason, there has to be a connection because I already feel stuff without even touching them. So why would I put myself into more contact if it's not going to be beneficial for the greater good of the all, right? When I learned that hugs are not free, right? It changed my life radically. And in the moment that I learned that would have been 2005, 2006. And I radically stopped just hugging if I didn't want to, if I wasn't feeling it. It changed my life, right? Same with, always in my life, I didn't resist it, and I've never always just shaken hands because it's politically correct, right? But the hugging and the people that I loved, and they'd come to my restaurant, and then, you know what I mean? Like this person would come in and, oh, hey, baby, and this, oh, hey, baby, and then I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, why am I feeling drained? I was fine an hour ago. But then I realized, and so that's where I started to flip my energy through and be able to just like emanate it, give it away, but not like grab somebody unless, right? And the way I'm speaking, don't assume and think that I just don't give a free hug, right? I've had people in public, it happens usually once a week or 2 weeks so far, just randomly need a hug. And I don't say no, and they are guided to me. I know they are, right? For real. But the touch is precious. And, I've learned to give my energy away freely, but also to have like boundaries and the knowing that the exchange of one handshake or one hug can deplete me. So, why would I do that? Why would I do that? And I can still see the face of one of my truckers, and he's like, Michelle, you've changed. You used to be so like more open and giving us hugs, and now you don't really do that anymore. Like, are you not happy here anymore? Don't you love the restaurant? Like, is it us? And I was like, no. And then I really explained to him that I had, had energy work done with a healer, and that she explained to me where I was depleting my energies, like, like she saw and felt, and she was there to, show me, and I trusted her, and we had this, this session together where it was like one of the biggest holes that she saw in me is that I allowed for myself. First of all, I was with people all day long, all the time, right? In my restaurant, I was already manufacturing like food, manifesting food for everybody. So how much energy I gave versus how much I got back, or how she could see how people were coming that had zero energy but sucked mine. And then when they would turn around and go and sit down and have their coffee, they would be full of joy and bliss and all happy and giggly. But I would be like going back into the kitchen like this and thinking like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong, right? I was fine. And she helped me to like really like boom, right? I needed it in plain sight told to me because I wasn't grasping it for myself. Anonymity. Shout out to fellow Canadian Beth Martins. Who's Beth Martins? Is that a channel or a person like that's known? Because I don't know who you're talking about, Willis.
I hope it's a person.
Well, I assume, but I don't know if he's talking about a channel or like, somebody who did something in Canada that's important. Like, I have no idea what's going on in Canada. I think Justin Trudeau is still prime minister, even if he's not showing up for anything and he's got COVID again. But hey, I mean, I knows, right? I'm only guided to certain things, and I stay away from like anything that I'm not guided to now, right? T, hope you and Lily are good. Yes, we are. Thank you. We are. Merci. Neil, when you can't walk, women won't give you the time of day and would give anything to fall in love again. But being wheelbound, I will likely never know the feeling again. And it's sadly the truth. I don't believe that. I don't. And I wish that you would consider changing your self-talk, Neo's Gardens, into, instead of, yeah, most women won't. You are right. I'm not saying you're wrong, right? Most women have no fucking clue of fucking nothing. They want this list of shit, and, you know, then they go throw themselves into relationships and nothing works out. But an embodied woman who feels you for who you are wouldn't even be it wouldn't be an option. Or if anything, Neil, an embodied woman who you allow yourself to be, you know, you with, who sees the spark in you, the caregiver would like boom light up, right, of that feeling of the knowing of what love is and what exchanges of energies are, for real. And I stand by that. I always, I know I've said this to you before, but maybe not in the same words that I said it last time, but in order to help yourself see that this is a possibility, you go look, right, for the sources of people who have relationships, and that, you know, one is not completely mobile, because it could be a feminine or masculine. But if you inspire yourself with true love stories of people who actually are living it, like to see the reflections of yourself in other people, it will help you really like open your heart to like, yes, it is completely possible. It really is. I've known people in my reality, it's possible. It really is. It's not only possible, but if you call in for it, it will happen. Everything we've been taught about our bodies is a lie, and all these programs that we're in, sexuality and the bump and grind and all this stuff, that's not true. What we need for our bodies and our minds and our souls to be expanded and to feel love. So the self-talk, the believing that there's someone out there instead of thinking that there's not. And I understand that there's the feeling to go through. You know what it's like to be ignored, right? You know what it's like that you're like going down and everything's fine, and then that feeling of seeing somebody that could be beautiful to you and she won't even fucking look at you. I know, right? I know. We all know that feeling on some level of whatever. But I also know that if you have the open heart and open feeling that if you have the open feeling that women will smile at you and look at you, you will find the connections. Like, it might not be like tomorrow overnight, boom, there's your love. But by opening your heart to thinking women will see me, recognize me. And I know this much is true because I do it in my reality all the time. Right? I never ignore anybody who's in a chair, whether they are even able to look up at me or not. Never. You know what I mean? It's part of who I am to acknowledge and to, you know, say hi as I'm walking by, or, oh wow, that's a cool chair, or, oh, I like that sticker, if, you know, or if there's a backpack or whatever, I can, you know, make contact. To the point where back in the day when I was with my ex, he got very mad at me because at a grocery store I was assisting a dude in a wheelchair, and I swear the dude was fucking hot. He looked like Jake in Avatar, and that's what like pissed off my ex, because if it would have been another body type, maybe he would have helped too. But because it was a hot guy in a wheelchair, he got like jealous and upset, right? And meanwhile, it's because I had said, like, because I could see him, he's at the aisle and he's looking up, and he's not looking around for help, but he's looking up, and I'm like, can I help you? And he's like, yeah, that's what I need. They changed my stuff, right? He's like, I've been coming here for like months, but you know how they do the change, and they change things around. He's like, so I just spent like, you know, a few minutes looking for what I need, thinking it was gone, but it's in a completely different aisle at a completely different level. I don't know if American stores do that, but Canadian stores do that all the time. They move the stock around so that you have to look for it, so then you grab other things. So then I had grabbed that, and I was like, do you need any more help? I'm like, I'll follow you around. I'm like, we'll figure it out. And he's like, no, actually, this was like the last thing. I came back. I have everything else. I was like, okay, cool. Have a good day, and blah, blah, blah. But the thing was, is my ex knew of him. He had had a work accident and had the payout. And it was like that sour grapes of jealousy of so many layers. But it was like crazy. And my ex looked at, he was my partner at the time, but he looked at me and he said something. I was like, are you really gonna go there? Because like, holy shit, like, really? And he like, right? He stalled. He knew, right? That wasn't even funny to me. Same with one time we were with the kids in the van, and it was the middle of winter, and a woman went up to to him, and she was dressed like not for winter, not for winter at all, pretty much shorts and a t-shirt, and she looked very different. She went up to my ex and partner at the time, and she asked him for a ride, but I wasn't close. I was getting kids in the van and blah blah blah. So when he got to the van, I was like, what did she ask you? What did she say? He's like, she wanted a ride, but I said no. And I was like, why? You think she's gonna like do something to us or something? Are you fucking kidding me? A woman just asked you for a fucking ride and you said no? Oh, so I went to get her, and I was like, I'm sorry. He said no, and it's like, if you don't mind getting in the van with us, we got the kids, and I'll bring you anywhere you want to go. Right? Oh my God. So it turned out we were going the exact same way she needed to go. We dropped her off at a certain place, and the conversation we had in between, she was born right on the fucking street that we actually lived on in an hour and a half away. That's how synchronistic that soul contract was of that woman who's born on the street that we actually lived on. So the flow, right? Imagine he was shy and he didn't want to, and like and like I said, like if you were alone, I can understand you saying no because right, just the creepy vibe, whatever. I get it. But we're all here. Like nothing can happen to us. Nothing can happen to the kids, and she needs a fucking ride. Her. And he hates when people stops me from doing good deeds, eh? Fucking hate that. Oh, hi Jamie Lee Ruby. Your authenticity and depth of soul's experience gives Jamie strength to continue in this pantomime. Love you. Oh, sweetie, I love you too. Yeah. The strength to continue in this pantomime. I know, eh? It's the little things that keep us going through the shit show. It really is. Thank you. Hi, Anita. How's it going, sweetie? Happy Fria's Day, and I say that, but it's already Saturday for you. How's everything? Hey, Annie. Woo, here you all are. Woo, how's it going, sweetie? Thanks for coming in. Boom. Thank you, Anita. Oh my gosh. See the serendipity of you being here at the same time as that comment says, Neil, my mom has a partner she loves very much that's in a wheelchair. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much, Anita. Anonymity, you thought about it after? It's a channel, that Beth? Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, and Annie says, I listen to Beth Martin. She's in YouTube and Rockfin. She interviews many great people and talks about life and religion and archetypes. Stuff like what Allie reads, too. Oh, cool beans. If you guys want to share her channel, I'll press on it to sub to see if there's anything that would resonate with me. Or just to encourage, but... Yeah, thank you, Anita. Says it really is possible, Neil. So many people love you no matter what, wheelchair or not wheelchair. Exactly. So labeling all feminines that there's not the possibility of one. Because really, I know there's a lot of fishy in the sea, but there's one, right? There's the one. And that's important, right? Super important. Right on, Annie. No. Oh my gosh. I'm going to keep you elevated. No feeling bad. I'm trying not to feel bad about doing nothing much for a few weeks. Maybe all this month. Vacation from life for a month. Good for you. Good. When you say vacation from life, do you see that you would want to go anywhere or be anywhere? Or is it more like a staycation at home without putting any energy towards anything unless you feel like it? Oh, I almost want to go and get the clip of Sonic 2 when he's alone at the house. He's alone at the house and he goes fucking crazy and just like chips and popcorn and just all this stuff everywhere. But don't do that because Sonic can run around and clean it really fast. You can't. But I just had the image of Sonic from the second movie where he's at the house alone and he's just going nuts, jumping everywhere and making a mess. And I'm horrified, eh? I'm looking at Lily and I was like, this isn't funny to me. Right? These scenes that used to be funny when I was a kid as a mom, they're not funny anymore. And I was like, how the fuck's he gonna clean all this shit up, right? Fuck, Sonic, what are you doing? But then the phone rings and he cleans everything. And I was like, oh, no wonder I love Sonic, right? Wow, he's Speedy Cleaner. I'm not even joking. 11:11. I get asked or I offer to grab stuff stacked high up in the supermarket. Yeah, I'm a shelf climber, right? I'm not very tall, and especially certain stores, it's not even conceivable that, you know what I mean? Even tall people, right? So, but yeah, I'm a shelf climber, so I also sometimes ask, or people see I need help, or I'm just climbing and then like people are laughing because they got to climb too, or it's like they didn't get there fast enough to help. But the worst thing is when it's like, oh, the top shelf's actually reachable, but that first product is not there, right? It's a little bit behind. It's like, oh shit, I could have got it. It's so close yet so far, right? So yeah, climb the shelf. You're 6 feet. That 11:11. Yeah, NED. Me too, eh? I'd have to bring a step ladder to market. Same. I prefer to take my chances and either like climb or get help, to be honest. Anonymity says guilty. I'm a recovering anti-charity advocate. I'm not quite sure what you mean, but I'm here to say that not all charities are pure. And when people ask me for money for it, I will prefer to donate to like private things or like individual businesses stuff than these big charities that go across Canada and like everywhere, and then only a certain amount of money and stuff is getting to that. There's a lot of like fucking thievery and like charity work, and I'm not sure if that's what you meant, but and charity is one of my tattoos, right? Faith, hope, and charity. Right? It's right on my arm. Yeah, Neo, they always do put the good shit on the top shelves. I often have to ask someone to reach the stuff. I feel embarrassed to ask for help. I've been para for 26 years, own 3 houses, and have the money. I'm cute, and it still makes no difference. But the mindset will be the difference of the kicker. You have to believe something is possible for it to come into your reality. Otherwise, you're going to get just the other stuff. Yeah, and I would, if I know you might be gone because I think I saw you said goodbye, but we have to be able to ask for help, and it's not it is embarrassing, it's hard, but if you look at it as an adventure, right? If you program yourself that when you go out and about, you're going to have somebody amazing to ask for help, right? Or that it's going to be offered to you and manifest the conversation and stuff, right? Like super possible. That's how I manifest my journey into the world, right? I really say I'm guided. I want to go get a coffee. Is it safe to go? Like everything's good? Yes. And then it's like I wish for the best conversation, or I wish to have the best exchanges of energy. Don't always manifest the words, but I always manifest the hello with the eye contact, right? So just going to get a simple coffee turns into something happy, and I'm like, you know what I mean, like. Although it's like not this like local coffee shop where a lot of the people do know my name because they asked, but it's like even when they're really busy, the people that are working, they look up and they see me in line, and it's like that perky thing of hey. And the other day when we went to Armed Forces Day, there's a man that I see like all the time at the coffee shop. So I was like, one time we walked in at the same time, and I was like, dude, I'm so glad we're walking in at the same time, because I see you every day and it just feels uncomfortable to not know your name anymore, right? And he's like, yeah, this is practically my second home. And he tells me his name. So I broke the ice. We see each other all the time. For me, it's not my second home. I grab a coffee and I go. But for him, he's hanging out, he's talking to people. So it's like we broke the ice. Now every day we have like at least a small conversation all the time, right? All the time. It's amazing. And 2 days ago when we went to Armed Forces Day, we went and got a coffee at 9:30 in the morning, and I never went back all day. And when we went the next day, he was like, "Oh, there you are. You didn't come yesterday. I was wondering if you guys were okay." And it was like, thanks. Because that's half the reason that, I don't know many people around here. So having one person who actually gives a shit or is that little sentinel of a lookout, he won't let anybody fucking mess with us, even if they would try. Not that I ever feel anybody would, but you know what I mean? That feeling, right? But yeah, it was cool.
Are you hungry or want me to make some more salad for you?
I don't want any.
Or here now?
No, I don't want any, but enjoy making it. All the dishes are clean. Just be careful. Like they're stacked okay, but grab what you need over there. Everything's over there. The knives are always beside, like at the edge near the wall, so be careful, please.
Can I use the bacon? I won't be using it in the salad. I'm not gonna make a salad.
But you can make a salad and cut bacon bits, I think. You want to cook bacon, you mean?
Yeah.
As long as you just leave it, cook it not too high so that it doesn't splatter. And just when I take my next break, I'll put it away the way that I want to. Right? So open it, leave it on counter, and then I'll put it away when I get up next time. Yeah, 11:11. Try not to be embarrassed because I enjoy getting stuff and helping peeps. Exactly. Me too. It's part of my mission when I go out and about of if I can be there to help anybody in any way, for real, right? Like when last week I helped push a car, a van. It wasn't even a car, it was a van, right? The van stalled in the middle of the takeout line. One dude was pushing. They needed the inertia of just one more body pushing. So it was like, I'm on it, right? Exactly, Anita confirms. O'Neill and everyone else, don't feel bad for asking for help. And it's hard, it is embarrassing, it does make us feel bad, but we must learn to ask, right? We must. And think about it, when someone asks you for something, you don't want them to be embarrassed, you feel happy about it. Well, I do anyways. It's like the other day, I was at the park and I was like, it's weird. Nobody's bummed a cigarette off me in a long time. And cigarettes are super expensive at the store, but on the reserve, and plus they deliver, so they're not as expensive. So sharing is caring, right? Compared to the $1 a smoke almost, if you buy them at in normal places, not on the reserve. But it was funny because I was thinking nobody's really asked me for a cigarette in a long time, and then boom, that same day, of course, right? Somebody did, and he asked for one, and I gave him two. I would have given him more, but I didn't. I didn't have more, and I didn't have abundance. I didn't even know. I didn't even know if I'd have enough to buy my own more cigarettes after. But it was like he asked for one, I gave him two, and I looked at it, I was like, "Do you need a light? Because I got an extra lighter too." And he's like, "No, I'm good." And I was like, "Good, thanks for asking. Have a good day." Right? If you can be out and about and just help somebody in the simplest ways. That way, there's a thing about being on the same vibe. Then you can do what you do, and the other person can do what they do, and then the other person can do what they do without judgment. Exactly. Yeah, I fully agree with that, Anita. A real woman will see the love in you, not the chair. And she is out there, Neo. Yeah, I completely agree with that. It's just like the same because although some people don't have like a physical handicap, they see themselves as wounded or not worthy. And it's like they're, because of the experiences they've had with women or men even, right? So then everybody becomes like whatever. And it's like, no, 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 right? There is a match for all of us. I believe that to be true. Whether that is forever and all that stuff, that's not the important part. The love part, the actual having the intimacy and starting a relationship. It can't last forever if you don't even try, right? If you don't even start it, you know what I'm saying? I gotta help the kid.
Butter outside the.
If you're cooking bacon, you don't need butter.
I don't.
No, because
Oh,
you're adding too
okay.
much fat. You're not adding too much fat content. You don't need it because the bacon will manifest the
Okay.
fat content that you need. Good, Annie D. A staycation, 100%. That's awesome. Yeah, staycations are super. That thing of just enjoy your home without feeling you have to do anything, right? And oh my gosh, Annie, right? You could even like potentially be like, damn, I'm gonna get a cleaning woman, you know what I mean? Or a cleaning dude or somebody to like treat yourself to something different, right? That you don't have to do yourself. Order food. I don't know if you will like live close enough to get like takeout food or sent to you, right? Or just have fun, enjoy it. Yeah, 11:11. I love that you wrote that. I tend to do that a lot too. I am I'm a like I've stocked stuff all my life, restaurant wise, right? And so when you say I get the box down at the top shelf, then I open it up and I restock the shelf a little. Yeah, I will sometimes grab the thing from the back. Not necessarily because of the like the label of the dates or anything, but if I grab something from the back, if I can, then it like the shelving looks good, right? People don't have to come face the shelves in the same way, right? So if everything that we grab, we're kind of grabbing in a way that keeps the shelf looking good, helps somebody doing like, helps somebody else too. Dean, especially for my noodles. I know, Dean says I do that. I bet they see me on the video camera. Yeah, me too. Yeah, right? You got stores that are checking for people who are stealing, and then meanwhile they're looking at the camera like, whoa, there's actually people who help us here, right? Hey, Wally, I see you down there. I'm just catching up with the chat. Oh, Anita, are you kidding me? My mother-in-law came over yesterday with a jacket that said Canada on it. I was like, wow. Oh my gosh, is it a Roots jacket? Just wondering because that's one of the most like popular like things, but like I mean there's different things everywhere, but just wondering because we spoke of Roots Canada the other day. Ah!
Sorry.
He's okay. I think the dishes are too.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was really loud, like it was right beside me. Annie says, speaking of sharing, does anyone know how to make a donation button on PayPal to receive reoccurring, repeat, scheduled donations? And Anita says, no idea. Sorry, Annie. We need that. Yeah, I looked and I went into all the settings that I'm able to go to, but I can't see anything. Love you, Annie. Thank you to those who support Lily and I through PayPal. We really appreciate you guys. This is my job, whether it's like typical or, you know, normal or whatever, it really is. Shannon, hi, sweetie. Hey, y'all. I just woke up from a wonderful afternoon nap. Roar, second napper coming in. First one was Dean. Maybe somebody else too, but I didn't say it. The second napper coming in. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Shannon, glad you're catching us. You just loaded the bong, Wally? Right on. You cooking bacon too, T? I don't know. I took the bacon out this morning. I had bought 2 last week, put 1 in the freezer. And I was like, I need more bacon. And Lily's,
I'm glad you did.
yeah. I just got to do one little thing for her. We don't have paper towels. So when the bacon you feel is cooked, put it on here a little bit, just so that the grease isn't too greasy for you. Make sure you just put everything away.
On the
Oh, maybe all of them. You'll see what you need. It just takes away the little grease spot, so it's not like dripping. Watch out for the popping, eh, honey? It hurts. That's why I do it in the oven. What a cool thing. T's cooking bacon, and Lily she realized I had just taken it out. She's making herself a Caesar salad, and then with some bacon. Shannon says Aphrodite's having fun at the motel. There's a good-looking volleyball coach that came through, and I almost kissed him. He was so cute. You're funny. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine feeling that at this point. Every time I would ever think that there could be like that thing of like, like there's like it gets cut off, like boof, nipped in the bud, I swear. I need the essence, right? The look and the whatever, and if all of that shit don't really get to me, so whew. Thank you, Shannon. Freaking love that yellow dress. Yeah, it's one of those see-through thingamajigs that you put like for the beach. So I usually just like match it with my black dress. I don't wear this to the beach with my bikini underneath. Thank you, Anita. All right, on Shannon, I just ate half a cantaloupe. Oh my gosh, I love summer. Roar. Cantaloupe's my favorite of all the melons. Shannon 222 says he gave me a compliment and like said I was a diamond in the rough. LOL, I guess he means a cutie pie in the desert. Yeah, I'm really not good with people when people give me compliments. It's like, okay, that's not gonna work. Is there more? Because otherwise, no, right? Woo! Me too. Oh my god. Shannon, I love to add salt and pepper to my cantaloupe. And sometimes I won't add salt, but I'll put the pepper and balsamic. I know how to make balsamic glaze, but hey, if you can buy it and it's like good. So I have a balsamic glaze that gives me that salt and that pack of flavor. I love to marry my cantaloupes with balsamic glaze. He made you blush so much? Right on, Shannon. Whoa. When somebody makes me blush, that's a whole other level. If you can keep me blushing, then whoa. Yeah. You're right. It's not something that is common for me. Tea, I'm having a bacon roll and skinning up. Yeah, you do. If you love balsamic glaze, trying it with the cantaloupe. Yeah, and one of my favorite things, like in the summer, like this type of heat, right, is to have like cantaloupe, tomatoes, cucumbers, some hummus, and not even a whole naan bread, but just however I'm hungry for, right? And super like with the balsamic glaze for the tomatoes, the cucumbers, and the what's it called? Cantaloupe, and then olives for more salt. Loves that. Just making a simple plate like that as a meal, that's my go-to. And I say that and go-to. I gotta go to and get more veggies. I had my last tomato yesterday. I was craving tomatoes so much that I bought one for every day last week when we went, and yesterday I ate my last one. Woo! Right on, Anita. Now I feel like a Caesar salad. Yum. I'm actually going to go now. Might be back if you're still live. Thanks for your time, G and everyone. Love you all so much. Right on, Anita. Loves you. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Shannon says, munchies alert. And T says, what's up, Wally? I'm stuffing my face. Right on. You guys are going to make me hungry, and Lily's cooking bacon. My tongue is literally salivating. I should have asked her to cook me some too, but... Wow, second card, speaking of vulnerability. And these messages are coming up over and over, repeated and repeated, right? 10, close encounters. Vulnerability is a strength. Letting others see your wounds as well as your strengths. Setting healthy boundaries. Yeah, angel fishy. We talked about this the other day in a stream. We want the good, bad, and ugly. Because if you want to just show us the good at some point, that's so fucking fake. We're not on board, right? It's not. We need the full. Because the hiding or the pretending or the not showing the other stuff, it doesn't bring in the energy connection in the same way, right? I forgot to say just leave it on the stove. Oops.
It's sizzling.
I know. I would have said just leave it on the stove, but I forgot. But it's okay. It's a time of connection. It asks for you to be vulnerable and authentic. Let go of your social mask or the constructs you use to keep yourself apart from others. Lower your shields and allow yourself to step into the dance of intimacy. When you become close to people, you remind yourself that you are not alone. You're part of a beautiful, meaningful bond. At a deep spiritual level, there's so many lessons offered to you in closeness. At a social level, intimate relationships help you ignite the spark of life that is the power of affinity. You flourish as a result of offering emotional honesty, a desire for true equality, love, friendship, and laughter. We're not meant to be alone. Yet sometimes we're wounded and we build walls around ourselves so we don't get hurt again. And it's time to be honest about yours and step out from behind the barrier and engage in all of life. This is a beautiful opportunity to allow your vulnerability to be your strength as you choose to live in integrity without artifice. When you live this way, everything and everyone thrives. What helps one helps all. You have no need to defend yourself when you're being truly and utterly you, empowered by raw openness and willingness to be seen. In this way, close encounters will not fail you. And there's so much to celebrate when you stand eye to eye, shoulder to shoulder, sharing your heart. Itchy nose. Tea, smoky bacon and hickory are the nicest. Right on. Tea I never ate till now, and it's $22.40. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be good, eh? Yeah, Emoji King, isn't he amazing? I love Neo's channel. Says Neo, I just watched you jump perfect out of perfect flying airplane. Whoop whoop. Oh yeah, new subscriber. Right on, thank you. I think Neo has exited. He said he was going, but the energy's still there. Thanks for saying it, dude. Yeah, for us, I still haven't uploaded a video. Maybe I'm just not meant to, but the Skyhawks, who are professional jumpers, right? When they were landing, I was just like shivers everywhere, and it really has reignited. If you look at my comment in Emoji King, if you look at my comment in Neo's channel in that vid that I had shared, because he's got other jump videos, that he reignited that feeling of like, damn, this is like a lifelong thing, me wanting to jump out of a plane and not doing it in certain opportunities that I would have had because it wasn't meant to be, right? Saving that part of me. But the knowing of that, the reigniting of that feeling, right? Of wanting it. The reigniting of like what the elevation feeling is. I've been so far from true elevation for so long that I forget how empowered I am by being on a mountain peak or close, right? From being at the elevation and being able to look down.
Mom,
Yeah, honey.
I can use these, right? The tea thing?
Yeah. Yeah,
Is that-
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did not
Right on. You left a comment in his video? Awesome. Emoji King, I love high places. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I hadn't had true elevation in so long. My last elevation would have been the highlands of Cape Breton, right? In 2019. Cheers. Water. Water. I love this color of the dress. Emoji King, Mount Washington was high on the COG. I don't know if I'm reading that right. Railroad. Yeah, as a child we traveled from Alberta to Quebec by train. So we didn't really get the elevation of the mountains because it was like we were not in the mountains of Alberta, but we did that once when I was little. Healing. Now's the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yep, even you. Exactly. That's why you are your own healer, and we look to others for the elevation of our gifts, for the triggering of opening the keys of our own gifts, right? It's important. The Fairy of Healing has flown into your reading today to let you know she can help you heal yourself or another. Healing can take many forms, even if it's just through listening, right? When we feel we're being heard, it can make us feel better. So people who have the ability to listen with love and without judgment are already healers. That's important. Sometimes just being in the presence of someone who's receptive to our thoughts and feelings can help us to feel uplifted and healed. Witness is everything, right? I stand by it. It's so important. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't feel like going into the other stuff. Yep, I said you did.
This looks so good.
Oh, show it off, Buttercup. Oh my gosh. I changed my mind.
No.
Oh,
Pick
baby.
it yourself.
No. Mine. You changed my mind.
I don't
You
care.
want salad too now.
Do you want me to make you one?
No, honey, I'm teasing. It's rude to do that, right? No, I'm not hungry and then eat somebody else's food. He never does that.
No.
No, I'll fend for myself. Once I finish work, I'm okay. I know, I'm just being drama llama. You offered, I said no. I don't like.
Right outside.
Okay. Emoji King. Cogs are wooden sprockets. It's like a chain drive, kind of, maybe not, if you know what I mean. I think I do know what you mean, definitely. I don't know the French word for it, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it looks good, eh, sweetie? It smells like amazing. Hi, Fourth Wall Observer. How's everything going? Welcome in. Happy Frias Day. Yeah, so this is the second time Lily's fended and cooked for herself, which is good, right? Teach them how to fish, and they're fine instead of buying fish chips for them. Whatever, that doesn't even make sense. But so earlier she made herself food, and I was like, she said something, and I was like, but you need me, and she's like, no, I don't. And I was like, well, yes, you do. If nothing was prepped, you would want me to cook. And she's like, actually, I would just need to figure it out, find the right video, and I could cook anything here. And I was like, damn, that's my girl, right? 10 years old, looks at mama and says, I could figure out how to cook anything we have if I wanted to. For real. Her knife cutting skills are better than some adults, because some adults don't like to cook and they definitely don't like cutting stuff up, right? They buy all these things, these processors, and they don't know their own knife work. So she's only working with a paring knife so far, and then she'll graduate to the chef knife when she's ready. I've always done that with my kids. I started them off with butter knives when they were little to cut stuff and butter their own toast and do all the stuff. And then when they felt safe to have the paring knife, the sharp knife, and then so next is the actual chef knife, which I only have one of. So because when in 2019 I gave away, or sold or whatever, everything, I didn't keep extra of anything. I kept just the basic supplies that we needed at the time. So, but I think it's epic. Yeah, she can, when we do stuff together, she can cut in a way that is so uniform that, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, some adults don't even have that skill. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. Not everybody has the same skill sets, right? Not everybody likes even using a knife. Personally, I'm a knife girl. I love I love the cutting of the food, right? The prepping. I love that part. Shannon, I love to cook. Yeah, Shannon, BLT time. Yeah, I'm out of bread. I'm out of tomatoes. I gotta figure out all that shit, but hey. Oh, nice, 1111. Phew. I just watered my neighbor's plants and flowers as they're going on holiday. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Thanks for doing that. $45. 4 and 5 is 9. Parrot. Watch your words. And the other one that came up, 19. Dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Be loyal to what you love and watch your words. I'm going to start with parrot speaker. Muskrat love. Oh my gosh. Dude. I got a 2019, 2019 or early 2020. No, 2019 video. I had shared Muskrat Love and how that song, and I shared Muskrat Love because I had muskrats at the beach, right? Where we lived. We had the view of everything, so we were able to watch muskrats. And then I had put that song up as a reminder and just kind of jolted people with the remembering of that song. Shannon. Yeah, Shannon, I love jumper cards. Yeah, same. It's a whole other level when it jumps out or when it flips out or how it feels in my hand, right? My hand feels like the difference of the energy. And it, like sometimes, like if like jumper cards, like if there's like too many, okay, that makes no sense, right? But I will look at the top one to see if you're meant to come out, you're gonna come out again, right? Because like 5 or 6 cards we're all jammed up. Sometimes it's just like, nope, not meant to be. But the way the cards come up, and it's funny because Simon the other day had said something about I should be more like whatever, I forget what he said when I do my cards, and I was like, but I have my way, right? Just because you watch a bunch of card readers and they do their way, I'm never going to imitate how other people do their cards. And I know how the cards feel in my fingers. I know, like, my hands tell me when to stop, right? All of it. It's, our flows are all different, and to want to look at people who do the same thing all the time, that doesn't resonate with me, right? Same, Shannon. Loyalty is very important to me. Same. Parrot, watch your words. What are you saying to yourself? What messages are you repeating? Is it something that makes you feel good about yourself or reminds me of your strengths and potential? Parrots mimic the sound around them. So when parrot spirit appears, it's time to be more mindful of your self-talk and its qualities. What do you say to others? Are you repeating what you truly believe? Remember to speak with light and love can become a habit. Exactly. It's a habit. It's cultivated. There's a discipline to it until it just slides out that way and you don't even realize that it's always a certain way. And then guess what? You hit a wall and you backtrack and then you start to talk negative to yourself or to others even again. It's right. It's okay. It is. Be generous with compliments. Give thanks, affirming that all is good, so that your loving, healing words will be heard through the jungle, cutting through the noise and inspiring others. Listen for the words that remind you of the strength, abundance, and joy in your life and in the world around you, and then repeat them, affirming what is real, true, and nurturing to your soul. The universe will reflect back to you the stories that you tell. Words matter. Choose the ones that lift you up and inspire others to remember that beauty is all around us. I'm going to read the protection message. I don't always feel guided to read it, but especially with these, these times that we're in, these days, these energies, this push to, these pushes that we're receiving, nudges from the universe, right? Are you aware of what you're saying to yourself and others? Parrot shows up as a reminder to heed the words that flow from your mouth, your pen, and your keyboard. Exactly. You are not exempt from what flows from your keyboard. It is the same, right? So that's really important. Be mindful of the beliefs you have internalized. Are they what you choose to believe? Are you communicating with integrity? Parent Spirit wants you to listen to what you say. What are your motives? What are your motives for what you say? My nose is itchy. Right speech is called for now, which means you're called to reflect on the beliefs that have been parroted by people so often you simply just accepted them unquestioningly. Journal about what you truly believe and wish to see in the world and in your life. Write words affirming what you value and speak them out loud. Express gratitude for what is coming into being. Your voice has power, and you can change conversation in your heart and the whole world around you. And parrots represent the law of praise, so you're called to speak with truth and speak with love. Yeah. And sometimes love doesn't speak like in the most cutesy pootsy ways, and truth does hurt sometimes. And sometimes you just gotta shock a motherfucker with your fucking words, right? Like, help people pivot into something else. Like, oh my gosh, right? Holding back, not serving anybody right now. Nobody at all. Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love. Dog Spirit appears to remind you that although change is a part of life, and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and commitments remain strong. You are loved now, and you can trust that this higher love is true. Spirit loves you, and love has arrived in many forms now, manifesting the people that you surround yourself with, expressed uniquely through them. Dog Spirit says also to be true to that which you love, for now is a time of good fortune. Be steady as you recognize that people and things are always transforming. Your heart is loving and true, and Dog Spirit wants you to know that your steadfast commitment to experiencing and expressing love will attract and manifest more love. You deserve it. Have faith in Spirit's plan for you. And I wrote this out today. I forget where I was. People want to believe that they're alone, but you're being gifted angels and opportunities every day. And, stepping out of comfort zone and taking those opportunities, because the whole, those of us that see timelines, we know that love in the simplest forms is offered all the time. We know now, right? Compared to before, where we could allow people to, enable people to believe that, certain things, or to not feel like, but now we know, right? We see. So we hear the prayers through the collective field, the unified field. We hear them. And there's somebody being sent all the time, right? You might not get the form that you want. So if you're dreaming of big blonde with big boobs and all this shit, and that's not what comes to you, and you refuse to have friendships, conversations, simple eye contact, use the one that's passing it up, because it doesn't look like what you want it to look, right? Your whole program of who you think your friends should, what they should look like, how they should be. We're here to find the weirdos that resonate with us, guys, right? Find the weirdos that resonate and that amplify our weirdness. And by weirdness, I mean authenticity, originality, uniqueness, right? No holding back, not, you know what I mean? Not cowering and like not saying or not feeling certain things. All in, all the time. Oh, Shannon. I love that you specify the pain. Shannon 222 says, I've learned to speak for myself, and when I speak my truth, I don't have neck pain any longer. Exactly. That's it. Those little things. Women who all their lives had menstrual cycles that could actually be like super horrible and, you know, really hurt. When you come into a certain embodiment and you love yourself, your body, and all these things, your menstrual cycle doesn't hurt anymore. It actually amplifies your vibration, right? It actually makes you feel stronger. It actually makes you feel like a lot of stuff if you harness it, right? For myself, like if I can look at myself for like a year of a cycle, I know exactly where, you know, a month if I'm feeling down or if I'm missing things in my life or just I'm in lack. Those are the times where I'll actually have physical pain, right? Instead of just like obviously sometimes like the bloatiness is there or the feeling like I know I'm flowing, but that's a whole other level than being like down on your knees and in pain in a fucking corner or wishing like for any fucking like relief, right? From our womb, the pain there. And back pain, a lot of, you know what I mean? The world on your shoulders, that kind of thing, right? Once you learn to, you know, reach out and speak up for yourself, speak up for others, speak in ways you never did, the world on your shoulders, that alone feeling, nothing's ever the same again. Emoji King, I gotta get Emoji Queen into a card game of Rummy 500 tonight. I'm gonna kick her butt, and then she'll kick my butt again. Yeah. I haven't played that in a long time. I should teach that to, well, I'd have to be reminded, but I should teach that to Lily. Emoji King, I'm a good loser. And 11 says I'm a good winner. I'd rather lose than win, to be honest, right? It makes somebody else happier. I'm not very competitive. I do enjoy when I win, but I don't have to win to be happy. I really don't. And if anything, I don't care, right? I've never been competitive to want to win, to have a drive to win something. Right? You all fucking run for that shit. I ain't going. Right? No. I'm not a competitive person. I'd rather elevate and be the cheerleader for people that are. Right? I have no judgment of competition. There's a good and healthy way to have competition, right? And it's fun too. Like I'm, you know, I say I don't mind losing, but when I'm like really in play mode, like childlike mode, I will tease a motherfucker, like, right, and have fun with it. The word play of like I'm gonna kick your butt and stuff like that. But I'm not attached. Oh, really? Is that what your dog buddy looks like, Emoji King? This is almost the exact same dog. Not quite, but close. Not quite, but my son as well. My son and his partner have a dog that's similar to this. I forget what the actual name of the breed is, but yeah, Shannon, I love being a weirdo. You have to embrace that for sure. Fourth wall observer, I'm weird. Weird or wired? Yeah, Aideen, weird or wired. And that's the thing, eh? What is normal? Except but a cycle on the dryer. You know what I mean? Normal. What the hell is normal even supposed to mean for a human? I knew somebody was going to write that down. I wasn't sure who it was, Shannon. Shannon 222. I had to get a hysterectomy because I had 4 giant egg-sized tumors. I had horrible menstrual cycles as a young lady, and I'm very happy to be free of Mother Nature for that. Yeah, sweetie. I totally get it. Hey, Jay. I had just pulled the dog card. You just got in from a long walk with the pup. Well, cool thing. Is it nice for you guys? It's cloudy for us here, but in a good way that just feels like, you know, there's days where it's not all sunny, right? Hi, Trace. Oh my God. Because of what? Because of what? What was I saying when you said, oh my gosh? Trace? Shannon says, it looks like a border collie. And Forthwell says, it looks like an Australian shepherd. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have no clue. And I don't know. I don't know. But it's cool the way that it looks, right? Emoji King says, JJ, your dog plays catch. Cool. I'm a new subscriber. Trace says, I just wrote, oh my God, I don't even know what you're saying. I wasn't listening, and I still am not. I love you. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No way, you pulled a dog card. Wow, what are the chances? As you're coming in, I love it, eh? I saw Creatrix. I'm going to share it here because your raccoon sank the other day. JJ, when your video where you're just, you know, randomly making a video and talking, and then boom, there's a like raccoon practically at your feet. Creatrix had a super cool vid earlier. I'm gonna share it with you guys. Raccoon energy. He's gonna share it. Cool raccoon energy. Love you, Trace. Oh my gosh. I swear that bacon is in like my nose right now. It smells so good. Were you here when Lily showed her salad off, Trace? She made herself a Caesar salad. She cooked herself up some fresh bacon. I'm not quite sure what else she had in the salad, but oh my gosh. She offered to make me one, and I was like, no, it's all good. Kicking myself now, eh? Kicking myself now. You just got here? Right on. Thanks for coming in, sweetie. Aw, thanks for saying it, sweetie. Trace, I'm so happy you're alive. Thanks for saying that. I really got guided to come in today. And, thank you. Yeah, I got guided so much that I was actually like in Allie's stream trying to listen and concentrate to what she was reading, and it's like I couldn't hear her, and I was just being guided in. So I had to follow my own little like wee whispers of where I'm meant to be. So I've been streaming now for 147.55 though. The Eagle, ancestral healing. Your ancestors are holding space for you to heal your past. And that was a game changer when I like really harnessing the ancestors in a way of just listening and asking. I had asked my mother, one of the last, you know, allowing of conversations that I allowed myself to have with my mother in January and December. And I said, you know, I asked her about her dream time and stuff, and I said, do you dream about grandmama and grandpapa, like your mom and dad? And she's like, oh no, never. But I dream of my other, you know, my great grandmother, my grandmother, who I never even met, and other people. And I was like, oh, well, when you actually forgive your mom and dad, which they're waiting for you to forgive them, you'll dream about them too. Because grandma's always at my side, and so is grandpa, and so is other grandma, and so is other grandpa. And I was like, yeah, someday you're going to forgive them, and they've been waiting for you this whole time, right? They were waiting for you. They are rooting for you. They actually pulled me away from you because they're sick of the shit. And watching the shit going on ancestrally in our lineage, and it's like, cut the cord, right? But they're waiting for her. You know, I say this and I got shivers of that feeling, right? They are waiting for her to forgive so that they can be visible to her because they're there. She's just the one that's not ready to see them or hear them or dream about them or have the interactions, right? But anonymity. I'm wild, and I will always be wild. Shannon, the other day when me and my boss were arguing, he told me to remember where I came from. And I took that as a threat that he could throw me back out in the streets just as easy as he took me in. And I told him that I'd be happier if I was homeless because last year I was so much fun and I wouldn't have had near as much stress. For some reason, he is abusive to women. You should see his wife. She came with him and they were arguing and she sounded like a little repeat puppet. And I'm a challenge. And I will not submit to anyone, and my boss's needs to treat me with respect or I'll find a new life. And I told him, I'll go buy a tent fast. Exactly. Yeah, I've had that. And as soon as I'm threatened that way, you can be sure I'm gone. When somebody lords over me and says, only I can help you or only this, fuck you. I'll be gone way faster than you could ever imagine. I've been like, right? The stuff I've lived with masculine, it would shock sometimes the fact that I am, like, I love you guys, right? And that I give the chance and that I believe in the masculine. The last 3 years, like, especially with the, the housing crisis and the offers that I have had, it gets insulting, right? It's disgusting to me. An 84-year-old man would offer to, keep me up and stuff like that. Right? And I used to never even say it out loud because I was ashamed, right? But meanwhile, I'm not the one who made the offer, and I definitely didn't take the fucking offer. But that feeling of what it feels like, right? When you trust a masculine, he's, older than your own fucking grandfather, or as same age as your grandfather, but he's fully functioning and still alive, and he don't see you as a granddaughter energy. And you know what I mean? Like, that bitch slapped me so much, I sold every fucking thing I owned and I moved. I left, right? And to live somewhere where somebody's offered you that and you wonder if they're going to show up and just fucking take it, right? Yeah, Jay, a few of my friends told me they would have just dropped the phone when the raccoon startled them. Yup, definitely some people would. And even me could possibly, right? When I am like all happy and I see something, but when I'm near the water, I am really alert to my phone. Like, but somewhere else, I can understand the phone flying in another direction. And some people are afraid of raccoons, or they see them as like dirty, or that they could be rabid and stuff. Not everybody has the perception of animals the same way. Like how you chose to go with it in film, somebody else would have been fucking running in the other direction because of the programs that they have, maybe even past experiences, right? Everybody's got their different interactions that's ever happened with animals. Like, some people have been so programmed to be afraid of every animal that it takes everything for them to open their heart and give a chance to animals at all, right? Except for the domesticated ones. Yeah, Trace, I love how she's learning in the kitchen. Sweet. Yeah, and poor kitty, sometimes it's so touch and go because she chooses her recipes, right, through what she finds as things that resonate with her. So she made cookies the other night, like, fuck, I think it was 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. She's like, Mom, can I make cookies? I was like, sure, right, sure, I'll help in anything you need, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I ate like 3 of them after, and they hurt my tummy. They tasted like, I don't even know what happened. It was like glue with chocolate chips in it. Like White Elmer's glue with chocolate chips in it is what it tasted like. Poor kid. And they cooked perfect for once. They didn't even burn, but the taste of them. So I was like, do you think you might have forgot the sugar or something? And she's like, no, I remember putting everything in. And I was like, we'll chalk this up to, like, I think they're going into garbage cookies. And she's like, I'm not having more. They hurt my tummy too. I don't know what happened. But, right, you got to hit and miss. And that's the thing, the learning curve. The first time I had let Sam and Amy cook pasta from scratch, so there wasn't leftover noodles or anything. And so they had used a pot this big, filled it with water, and then put a whole, like, so much fucking pasta on there. The pot was practically destroyed by the end, right? And the pasta was not edible. There was no way it could be edible. And both of their eyes, right? And they were so sorry. And it was like, what did we do wrong? You do this all the time, Mom. What did we do wrong? And I was like, big pot. Always. Doesn't matter. Big pot. They thought they were going to, like, save dishes and not use big dishes to have big dishes to wash. Their mentality at that age was that a bigger pot is longer to wash. We're going to use a small one. It was so cute. But yeah, and it was like with that thing of the learning curve of being really young and knowing you must use a big pot for pasta, right? You have to. Otherwise, it's going to turn into something different. Oh, too funny. Yeah, that's a lot of argumentative energy though, eh, Shannon? For real. For real, holy shit. The eagle heals 7 generations before and after this life. Ah, Shannon, his wife kept saying, she sounds like she's the boss. She sounds like she's the boss. And I just ignore her and continued being a good boss. But that's the thing. You are the manager. You are the one on site. They don't know shit. They don't know what's going on there unless you are telling them, unless you are alert to it. That's the whole different part of living on site. And this is the thing with investor people who have money and buy shit. Potentially this woman it would be like Schitt's Creek. You guys ever watch Schitt's Creek? Right? Potentially this woman wouldn't even know how to manage her own fucking motel. Right? She wouldn't even be able to clean a room, maybe. We don't know. I'm not judging. I'm just saying. I've known people like that. They wouldn't be able to walk into their own motel and do the job that needs to be done because something happens to employees. Right? Investor energy. People with money who don't know how to do the manual tasks of their own businesses. And I've seen this so many times, right? People who have money who want to buy a restaurant because they think it's cool, right? Oh, I always wanted my own bar. I always wanted my own restaurant. And then when they're in the nitty gritty of it, they don't know how to do shit. And holy fuck, when you are like privy to every employee that knows more than you do because you don't even know how to make the meals of your own restaurant because you're the investor energy, but shit hits the fan and there's no employee and you don't know how to cover a shift, right? Me knows. Me definitely knows. When I managed Temagami Shores, it was a fully functioning kitchen with like a, breakfast, lunch, supper, events menu, like everything you can imagine, like, right? Specials, like everything. On all homemade. Everything homemade. And my boss would come into the kitchen and offer help. And he'd say, like, just tell me what to do. He's like, often the chefs I've had just say, go away, I'm fine. But I'm always ready to learn anything. And I was like, really? And I was like, okay, dishes, that's what I need right now. Or cut this, go get that. And I would talk to him the same as I would talk to my employees because he was, in that moment, didn't know. He couldn't walk into the kitchen and know what to do. I had to tell him, right? And I remember we sat and we talked once and he was like, I've never learned so much about my own restaurant and how certain little details function as I have since I'm with you. Because you want to teach me, you don't mind telling me what to do because I don't know what to do, right? It would be the same as if I walked into his, like, because he had nursing homes. If I would walk into one of his nursing homes and he would say, I need certain things and certain blah, 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 and I'd be like, huh? Right? Tell me where it is. I'll go get it. Tell me how to do this. I'll do it. I can't do it by myself without, like, you telling me. And he loved that, the learning curve of, and the feeling of what it's like to be the owner, the investor of your own restaurant, but then the chefs, right, get in my kitchen, right? That kind of Gordon Ramsay type of fucking fucker energy that, whatever. Yeah, if you are a live-in manager, you are the boss in a way that only somebody who, right, who sleeps there, who lives there, knows the energy of what's going on. Yeah, Shannon. I'll try to be patient with him, but he better act correctly towards me. Yeah. Yeah, put your guns down too, right? Because if he's already in defense mode with his wife and they don't have like a complicity together, if your guns are down and if your patience is there and if you're always middle road, you're never going to have a fight or an argument again, right? And I'm not saying be gentle. I'm just saying, like, lay down the fact that there could ever be an argument, because that there doesn't need to be the argumentative energy. You can't fight with somebody who doesn't want to fight. And if he's already in a mode where he's fighting with his wife as he walks in the fucking door of his own motel, fan the flames, right? And in ways that if the already you know the imprinting of what he has with the feminine is that it has to get loud. He has to be like rah, 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 rah. So rewriting the scripts of what a feminine who is the boss, the manager. You're not his boss. You're the boss of his land, of his building. That's a big deal. JJ, something remarkable happened when I woke up today. I had plant that started to fade away, and I told it last night how special it is, how much I loved it, and I touched it gently with care, and today it is more alive. Oh, gee. I'm such a dipshit. Thank you. My tomato plants are not doing good, and honestly, I'm just sitting here thinking like, okay, whatever. If you want to die, go ahead. Like, I love you, but it's okay. What do you want me to do? I haven't, yeah. Talk about, like, forgetting your own toolkit, right? I didn't even think to go and be delicate with them and give them that energy that you just said. I wonder if, like, you came in to say that and I have, like, the ability to, like, bring them through instead of, like, I was, like, the whole circle of life. Okay, if you're not meant to grow, just, it's fine. But I didn't even put the effort of that. Not even joking. I'm not joking. Sometimes I forget the easiest, simplest things, right? Because I haven't grown tomatoes in a long time. I never grow tomatoes in pots. But, wow. Trace, as I was sitting looking at the reflection last night in the meditation, as soon as I separated, put a distance between me and the flame, I laid back and heard Preston. Yeah. Preston, that's what's up. I see Preston, and it turns to Presley, Elvis Presley. And I know letters aren't the same, but that's how my eyes work. And in my feed today, there's a whole bunch of Elvis Presley remix songs, whatever the word is for, for music. Like, they put it out again. Whoa. And I know I'm going like Preston Presley, but I can't help it. It's how my flow works sometimes, right? My syncs for me. Moji King says, Shannon, he better be fucking good too, or put poop soup in his word. Yeah. It's crazy. One of the things that Shannon, by speaking to me about certain things that, are happening in her reality, brought up the fact of how many, right? My best boss says, like, although I have a lot of respect for a lot of the masculines I work for, but my best boss ever was a female, right? You know what I mean? I never had certain worries. She always made sure that I felt that I was being either, like, well paid or well remunerated without, like, she couldn't sometimes give me a pay raise or give me money, but then she would offer me food, or she would gift me something, right? Or she would give me a specific day off that she knew was a holiday that I would still get paid, and right? Like, she always knew how to make my life feel like I was important. Whereas I've always, in all the restaurants and stuff I've ever worked, I've always been the most underpaid chef, right? Always. To the point where chefs who worked 10 years before I did, made more salary because they were male than I did, in the years that I was, right? I've been to the point where I've worked so hard, but I'm not able to even support myself with all that I would need, even if I'm working like, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. You know what I mean? It's fucking sad. I've worked my fucking butt off in different things, and you know, there's no retirement fund, there's no nothing of nothing, because I never had the opportunity to build anything. I've always been, you know what I mean? Other people put less energy towards things and less passion, because my passion was my work, and you know, thrive. And for me, is like, and financially, I mean, but I never have. Jay, yes, the power of love and positivity is undeniable. Yeah, no shit. I understand that. He was trying to turn it around and make you pay him to live there. Yeah. And that's the crazy part, is that, you know, people who have the money, that he's got the fucking money, he's got the fucking building, and he's trying to cut corners. And, you know, that place will not survive if it's not, like, if love is not put into it, right? Um, it won't. Not in these times. You're an angel that came and exactly what he needed, and unless he, you know, really uses you to your full potential, it's true. I know you'll be gone in a fucking heartbeat, right? We were looking the other day, where are we sending, where are you going? That's it, get the fuck out, right? And then boom, you know, you had the conversation and it flowed a different way. But that's it. And that's the thing about us, Shannon, when you've lost it all, and when you've already been on the edge of like nothingness and nothing, nobody can make us do anything anymore, because I'll lose it all again. I don't care, right? It's like me, the car. I finally had a car. It was like, you know, brand new, 2-3 years old car. I'll fucking lose it again. That's it. That's it. Gone. You can't make me do this shit, or I can't make myself do something or figure out ways if they're not of, you know, what's for me and my and Lily's highest good. Yeah. But fearless. Yeah. When you've lost it all and you care to quest for more, you'll always, like, you know, the timelines that are offered that aren't the most pure, I can't stay in them, right? Myself, when we went to the East Coast, I found, like, if I'll text you or show you someday, Shannon, the pictures of the inn. I don't want to be indiscreet because it's still open. I'm not going to say what it was and where it was, because, you know, nothing ever weird happened, but we had moved in, right? I had quested to find my heart's desire, and I found a fucking amazing job in an inn that was beautiful, right by the water, right by on the Atlantic, in like a little inlet, in, you know, one of the most majestic fucking places I've ever been in my whole life. But when after day 3, I said something to my boss, who, you know, potentially a friend as well. But when I said something to my boss, and he said, "Did you just friend zone me?" And I was like, "What? Did you just say friend zone to me?" And he's like, "Yeah, you just friend zoned me. Do you mean I don't even have a chance to be with you?" And I was like, first of all, my teenager speaks with friend zone. I'm fucking like 40, whatever it was. I don't speak that way. And I didn't friend zone you. I put you into the brother corner. And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I put you into the fucking brother corner. You're my brother. There's no fucking chance." And he's like, "What? There's no chance we could be together?" And I was like, "No, none. Zip, zero." And he's like, "How could you know this?" And I was like, "Well, how could I not? If I wanted you as a man, I would have fucking said so. I wouldn't have asked for a fucking job. I would have, like, been like, wow, right? In a different way. I wouldn't have asked for a fucking job. I wouldn't have taken the fucking job." And he was like, "Whoa." And I was like, yeah, you think you're gonna, like, fucking change this or that? And it's not gonna happen. You have been not only, you are past the friend zone. So the friend has a chance. Right? Friend has a chance that the potential could be there. I was like, you're in the brother zone. And the brother zone is like ixnay. You fucking ever try to touch my body, eh? And you're screwed, eh? It means you fucking hit on me and I can't stay. It means all of this. And, you know, we had the conversation, and then all of a sudden he got quiet the next couple of days. And then the other day when we were driving around, he almost fucking passed out because he thought my sneeze was so cute. Yeah. He was all like, "Oh, that's so cute." And it was like, oh, wow. And when we got back to the inn, and I was making my decision, and I was like, Lily, you had said when we got here you didn't want to live here, right? And she was like, no, you had said we have 7 days and we're going to decide if we're happy. And she's like, yeah. And I said, what if we leave tonight and we don't even wait till morning? And she was like, okay, what do I do, Mom? And I was like, I'm going to pack everything up. We're out of here. And I put everything in the vehicle and I left. Half an hour, 2 hours later, he sent me a message and fucking crying and shit. And it was like, holy fuck, right? Holy fuck. Can't get a fucking job in a fucking normal way and just be like happy that he found a fucking angel who can do everything, right? I could do everything that he fucking needed in that fucking place. I could clean, I could cook, I could drive because he couldn't drive at the time, right? All of it. Instead of just being happy to find a fucking angel who was ready to be his friend, you know, like fuck. Sucks balls, man. I don't know how to read that way. You say one who lies, cheats, and steals, and I will cheat and I still. I don't know how to read that. Yeah, people who lie, cheat. People who cheat, lie. Right? All of it. Anonymity. Band of 3 channels today? Super easy to trigger people these days? Not quite sure what your... how and what. I've never been banned from a channel, so I don't even know how that actually happens. It's never happened to me, right? But I'm known to spread joy and light and, you know, lightness of being everywhere I go, right? I don't poke the bears. If I don't agree with stuff that people say, I would definitely never humiliate anybody on a screen, right? People forget. You guys forget your power. You guys forget your power sometimes in the background of how it feels to have somebody on a screen and then you just decide to write whatever you want. So sometimes people aren't as trigger happy as you think. It's just completely rude or it's not okay. It's fucking actually mean and cruel. If you wouldn't get away with that shit, if you walked into a room and said the same things face to face, you know what I mean? And I say you, I have no idea what happened in anonymity. But most general people will write whatever they want in a fucking chat, but they could never look somebody in the eye and say exactly what they said, right? The anonymity, sorry that it happens to be your name, the anonymity of being like in the background and writing whatever the fuck you want, that don't fly, right? Like seriously, it's a tribute to the fact that I just accept people for who they are, that I do even, you know, give you any attention per se with a white ball, and the fact that you are shouting it out that you are anonymous, right? I have no clue who you are, what you look like, what nothing. You could be the fucking guy across the fucking street fucking stalking me, right? I don't fucking know, right? So who you are as your name already in this, where we are asking people to show up, to be vulnerable, to be themselves, to be the true weirdo that you are, and you're anonymous, holy fuck. Just saying, get what you give, right? At some point, you want people to hold your hand and be like super like epic with you the way that I am, well fuck, show yourself, right? Does that make sense? And I've accepted you since day one into the fold. I've even made a drawing for you, and that's a big fucking deal, right? Tribe is tribe. But you could be anybody. You could be that fucking cocksucker that 2 years ago drove me to the edge of my fucking sanity through a channel. You could be him. I don't know. I'm forgiving it all. And I'm not looking to see what your frequency signature is, right? You want to be yourself, show up in here anonymously. I still accept you unconditionally, but I will only allow a certain amount of things. Because if you got banned from 3 channels thinking other people are triggered easily and you don't even have a name, you're lucky you got acknowledged, dude. You know what I mean? On some level, we're here to show ourselves, to make a different world. Anonymous people on the internet saying whatever the fuck they want to whoever they want with zero accountability doesn't even make sense to me, to be honest, right? Enjoy your anonymity, because I didn't get the chance to be anonymous, right? I was guided from source to show up, say my name, show my face, my voice, my daughter, my life, right? My daughter, my life is on here for 3.5 years. That's how much I believe I'm protected from like everything. Think about it. Hey Heidi, how's everything? Yeah, Shannon, I do say a prayer that that RV park will get going at the town meeting on the 27th. Yes, Shannon. I'm glad you said that because I do feel like an angel that is here to raise the vibration. Exactly. And it ties along to things I said earlier where everybody's screaming for a fucking angel, but then they show up and how they treat us, right? If you got a man from India and a woman from India in the middle of fucking Texas who bought a fucking motel, who don't even know how to manage it or run it themselves, they need an angel. They need somebody who's safe, and they need somebody who's going to fucking take care of that place as if it's their baby, right? And that's one of the things my bosses used to always say to me. You treat my kitchen like it's yours. You treat my things like it's yours, right? I know you do. They've watched me work where they see that instead of like grabbing a whole fucking roll of paper towel to wipe my hand, I only use what I need, right? That I take care to not be throwing shit out all over the place when it comes to food and really caring for things as if it's your own. Because it is your own. If you live there and you work there, it's yours right now. And not in a way of possession, but in a way of energy, right? For real. Shannon, isn't it funny how something so simple can trigger somebody? All he had to do was say, remember where you came from. Yeah. But that's the thing, is that whether you consider that a trigger or not, like it is a subtle form of control. No matter what, remember where you came from when he knows you didn't have anything when you got there, and you didn't have anywhere to go to, and that he chose you, you chose him, all that, right? It's important. Good. Trace says, I love how he visits me. It's so pure and sweet and comforting. Me's glad. Shannon, I go where my inner guides tell me to go, and I came here for a reason. I will clean this place up and give it the love it deserves. Same. And there was a part of me when I was in the inn. I never even went to visit certain rooms yet, eh? I was doing other things, but I had never gone into certain places. I wasn't even guided to explore the whole inn itself. So there was a part of me that already knew that it wasn't going to last, right? Shannon, bro zone. I love the way you think. Yes, because there's a difference between friend zone, because a lover must be a friend first, right? Humans skip the steps all the time. Hey, I'm gonna go fuck somebody or, screw around, and then, like, boom, you don't even have the effect of a friend, right? So there's an order to things. So yeah, it's like I was saying, I'm not even friend zoning you. I brother zoned you. Like, there's no going back. Like, if I fucking dad zone you or grandpa dad you and say you remind me of my dad in a way that's like you are a dad energy to me, there's no fucking chance, right? None. Zip, zero. Ooh, I like that theory too, where you say he needs to learn to be a good boss. You're right. He does. He does. And in a way, like, and the cards are always saying it, eh, Shannon? I know you're like Texas strong and kick ass and shit, but the gentleness is what's going to get you what you need. Because, at some point, people need the gentleness and the softness. And I'm not saying that makes you soft, but put your guns down. You're there. It's your place of what you are doing. And so, yeah, with the open heart that you need to teach him some things. He doesn't know. Some people, for real, they got money, but they buy something and they've never owned anything before. Like, I don't know his circumstance. Maybe he, has done this a lot. Maybe it's his first investment in the United States and he's like fucking shocked of how it's going because it's not the way it was planned, right? It's not going how he thought. feel like I'm the motel angel. I was made for this. I love my new life and I will fight for this motel. He needs to learn to be a good boss. Yeah. And everybody needs to learn to be good humans. We're rewriting the script for everything. Every single thing. Trace, there ain't another little G. Trace says, why get banned? I don't understand that at all. Why do that to yourself? Anonymity, it's okay. I'm used to it. Too intense for most. That's what people say when you don't. I'm sorry, too intense for most. Again, how intense is it that you're coming in with no. You are not even here. Right? Like, really? Like, upload right now. Put a name for yourself. Put a picture for yourself. Put a fucking color of or your dog or something that makes it that you are even real. Right? It's not you are not intense anonymity unless you're doing in other lives, going into other live stream with a name. It's not that you're intense, is that on an authenticity level for certain people, it makes no sense to us, not people who choose to be anonymous, right? We are fighting for people to be seen and heard and witnessed, and you're still choosing to be anonymous. That ain't as cute as you think it is, eh, honey? It's not as cute as you think. It doesn't make you intense, right? It doesn't. Sorry. You can go and turn on me and like start like saying a bunch of stuff. Go ahead, right? I've been through this like for years now, where it's like, whoa, as soon as I say something you don't like, what you gonna do, right? It's getting nice out. Am I nice? It's like mild. The sun is out. Yeah, guns down, Shannon. You don't need the guns anymore. Again, like really the bird's eye view perspective of if this man already has like a communication with his wife that they can't walk into their own motel without arguing together, the softness of not being the guns out ready to fucking just shoot his fucking ass down is going to be a welcome relief. And it might even teach her some things in the long run, right? Might even teach her some things. Exactly, Shannon. Fucking people with money, eh? Gotta love them. Sorry, guys, but people with more money than brains makes me puke sometimes. This is his third motel. He only bought it because he wants to use it as down payment on something bigger. He doesn't even care. Yeah. That's the most sad part, right? I'm fucking busting my balls and can't wait to have fucking land to be able to, like, manifest and have people to have a safe place to come. My little orphanage, the way that I see it, right? My little misfit orphanage, and then other people have got so much fucking money, they're buying shit they don't care about so that they can buy something bigger. What the fuck? Sweet baby Jesus, where everybody says the fucking tides are turning and the abundance, bring it on, right? I can still feel myself when sometimes I haven't even bothered looking for land in a long time. Because when you find, like, I found 2 perfect places in fucking Canada that would be like, whoa, right? Under $1 million, right? For the whole land, buildings, everything. It's not even that much fucking money from like a linear perspective. $1 million ain't that much to fucking manifest. I don't need the money to figure out. It's not having the money, it's having the destination, the true north, the knowing which building. Because the day I know which building or which land I'm supposed to be on, you can be sure that within 3 months it's fucking done. I'm there. And I say 3 months, maybe even less. Because the day I saw my restaurant, which already existed, which I went to all the time, but whatever, it's just a restaurant, it's not mine. The day I knew it was mine, 4 months to the day I was opening the doors and it was mine. So within the weeks, within a month and a half, and then all the stuff that I had to do, right? 4 months to manifest. And it could have been different, but it was September 1st, the date that was official. Because otherwise, if the guy would have said, like, I can't stand this, I want to stop in midsummer, I could have taken it faster. That's how fast. Once you know True North, even if you got zip, zero, boom, you make it happen. I don't like it when you say that, Shannon. I'm sorry. Words are important. I don't like it when you say that. It creeps me out. You've said it before and I've never like called you out on it, but I really wish you'd stop saying that. I feel like I will be here forever and I will die here. I wish you wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? And I know like sometimes it's an expression, but it creeps me out because you know what I mean? When you met your first love, you thought you were going to be with them forever after, and that you committed to like till death do us part, but you didn't die, right? So putting that word, I'm really touchy about that. Like when Lily uses the word like, oh, blah, 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 I'm so shy, I want to die. Like, no, you don't say that, right? Can't help it. Love you. Don't mean to mama bear you, but seriously, I don't mean to mama bear you, but it's in the cards today. Our self-talk, the words we say, right? Oh, good, Heidi. Dexter's in good spirits today. I'm so grateful. Right on, anonymity. You serious? A picture fails to assimilate me. A name fails to describe me. And a persona fails to portray me. Okay. You're still not showing up, right? Still not showing up. And that's it. You can word it all you want, honey, but you're not showing up. You're not authentic. And you poke at other people and then say that they are triggered by you. So, really, I can't say that name. Yeah. Good one, Heidi. Ooh, I like that. We don't die. Yeah, we don't. Exactly. Penguin, diamond light activation. Yeah, exactly, Heidi. Be who you are. Anonymity. Am I saying it right even? I might not even be saying...
Yes, you're saying it right.
I might not even be saying it right. Anonymity. Penguin, diamond light activation. Light activations and new energies are coming your way. Be open to receive and welcome them in. I'm going to leave it at that. I think that's anonymity. My energy is present. Isn't that more important than the words? I can honestly say for you in my live streams, your energy has always been good. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I'm guided to speak whether I know exactly what's going to come out of me or not. That words are important. That we are here to pivot, elevate, and sync each other up. So I spend my days gifting my time and my words that flow through me all the time, right? My energy signature is not enough. I am guided to do more, right? And there, yes, Trace, there is a frequency inside of words. But I'm not going to lie, anonymity, and I'm going to say it straight up. And this isn't even necessarily towards you. It's towards like the whole collective in general. I'm really fucking sick of people who are anonymous, who don't show up, and who are just sitting there pretty much on some level. Okay, yeah, you might be sharing good energy, but where the fuck are you? Where are you going to show up for people, right? What do you do, right? What are you creating? What are you manifesting? I know nothing about you, right? You could be a head chef in a fucking restaurant or be doing like happy things every day. I don't know anything about you, right? The only thing I can remember about you, to be honest, is when we talked about like, hair and stuff, that you were really into that conversation. You know what I'm saying? So the most that I really remember about you of your energy is to be careful of not to talk about sex stuff too much, because you will participate in that, right? So I don't have a red flag up for you, but it's like you right? How do you think it feels to be somebody who I'm not allowed to be anonymous through source, through my heart space, through the soul of what's asked of me, but you still playing that card? And then you're going to tell me that, words, aren't important, or that you don't need to show yourself, and that, you're above, right? You're above having a name to help us see you. You are above having a thumbnail image, no matter what it is, even if it's your dog, your nature, something personal, right? You are above us, that you can't show yourself, is what that feels like, right? And it's like I said, you could be anybody. You could be anybody. Many people have, had certain things with me in the background, and they have made up other channels. They don't end up staying in here super long as their other channel name, because what's the point? You can only, if a bear doesn't react, why would you go poke at it? But still, I've been through the fucking ringer with like people who I even knew who they were and where they live, and certain things of them staying anonymous and not being vulnerable and not being, giving details. So, yeah. Trey says, show me something good. What's your history? Ooh, Heidi. Good point. So basically you don't get personal, and this is a personal channel. Exactly. And the one time there was ever any real true detail about anything that is personal to you has to do with fucking hair on a woman's crotch, honey. Right? Me remembers. So the only time you really said any details about yourself was when you were talking about what you prefer down below on a woman. I remember you might have said other things, but I can't remember them. That's the one thing that, like I said, me not going to go there of certain talk, because that's where your interest was, and then you brought it up the next day randomly, as if, throwing something in the middle of when I'm speaking, and have to see this, as if that made any sense at all, right? Because if I'm talking about stuff that has to do with bodies or sexuality, I got no taboos, but it's not about bringing attention to stuff or being sexual. It's about speaking about things openly, right? So me remembers what you did of participating in that conversation, which was epic, right? You showed yourself of what you like down there, right? But then the next day, you decided to put that in a random, like, boom. And it's like, what did you think? I was going to fucking, like, take the bait and start talking about pussy again? Right? No, honey. Right? So, you remember? Boom. Thanks, guys. Yeah, G remembers a lot. I might not remember everything, but I try to remember everything that's going to keep us safe, guys. Right? And I try to read or go into subjects in ways that there's not really many people who can talk about sexuality without being sexual, right? Just two different levels of talking about things that have to do with the human body that has no sexuality. Our bodies are not sexual per se. We are sexualized. We've been programmed to sexualize bodies and to, it's not a compliment for me to be sexualized, right? But we need true talk. It's like when we talk about like certain symptoms that are passing through of the feminine, it's in order for masculine to be able to listen to women who are speaking about their menstrual cycle without getting all squeamish, because some men have never been taught that in their whole lineage, right? Some men have had a wife and 3 fucking daughters, and they want nothing to do with anything that could show that they are true women, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to help rewrite the scripts with us all together of what comes out. But I mean, I'm not here to put it in the ways that, anyways, you know what I'm saying, guys. I love you too, Shannon. Heidi, she might not remember this moment, but her memory is stellar. Yeah, I can't remember what I ate yesterday, but I can remember what happens in my streams in a way, and people. I can remember people that I only saw in one thing, one comment 3 years ago, because that soul spark, right? Hey, Jim Davidson. Yes, boldness has its magic. Hey, Jim? How's your day? Jim Davidson, I'm getting squamish. Did you mean to write squamish instead of squeamish? Because squamish is actually a place in British Columbia. It's really beautiful. Google it, Squamish, BC. It's really beautiful. Anonymity agreed. I'm often out of sync and inappropriate. That's okay. Aren't we all sometimes? Aren't we all sometimes? It's okay. He loves that you decided to stay. You told me these things. You're listening to what I'm saying, and you're not even attacking or anything. Like, it's beautiful, anonymity. Thank you. Like, this is an amazing flow, and it might not. And you might have just been brought in to say these things so that the message of certain things needs to come out. So thank you. You're participating. You didn't fucking run and hide. I'm super proud of you. You didn't run and hide, and you didn't just like decide to start like boom, 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 because you could cut me down all you want, right? You could. So like, I'm super proud of you, because instead of running away or attacking, you're just still in the flow. Maybe you're listening, maybe you're not, but hey, right? Already, you have rewritten a script by not running away and by not attacking, if that makes any sense at all, right? What do typical people do in here, guys? You guys have seen my puppet show go all the time. When I say something that pisses somebody off, or when I really boom, right? Put the thing on something, whee, bye-bye, they're gone, right? So it's already huge. I've had people that I've been holding their hand and been like friends with them for years as masculine, who have still, right? Disappeared as soon as I say something they don't like. And then they'll show up, 2 months later or a year later again. But, the typical masculine disappears or attacks. So I already think that this is amazing for the stuff that's coming out for anyone else who needs the push of, we're all in this together. You guys, everybody can continue like want to be anonymous and hide in the background, but if you're here, there's a reason, right? If you're guided to certain, platforms and certain things, there's a reason. Jim, so how is everyone? Sounds like a friend of a month. JK, don't hate me. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what like I can't read that in a way that makes sense. So how is everyone sounds like friend of the month? JK, don't hate me. Yes, Jim, indeed. Actually, a woman's cycle is I can't. Actually, women's cycle is a spiritual power to men. Research it. Indeed. Exactly. When a healthy masculine harnesses the woman in his life, or even women, right? A daughter, an aunt, everybody, the energy exchange, right? Having the respect, it elevates. We're meant to be in tandem in so many different ways as masculine and feminine, and that's why the program of what is supposed to feel like, right? The program of, you know, she's on her period, she's going to be a bitch, all of that's not the truth. We don't naturally gravitate to being a certain way. We are just more sensitive and delicate and more powerful. So how some people, right, they become this like rare of a cat, really bitchy, but it's the only time that they actually speak up in a month, right? It's the only time that they actually voice anything. So they harbor all this stuff all month long because I'm allowed now. I can be a bitch. It's my period. Like, right? That's such a program. It doesn't make any sense to me anymore, but. Trace says I'm a Davidson too. Yeah. Wow. So Trace says, "Oh, gee, you have two Davidson in Mississippi here right now. Double D's, double Davids. Oh my gosh." Thank you, Shannon. I love the flow and honesty. Ah, boom! Heidi nails it again. Organic Intelligence 313. We were having a conversation, not an argument. And exactly, my voice always changes cadence and tone. Anybody who's ever been here, whether I'm, you know, everything that passes through me has a different tone and cadence. So, you know what I mean? I get as passionate talking about stuff and get a little bit amped up a little louder for other things as well. I'm not arguing. I'm just sometimes a little bit louder, right? Yeah. Aw. Trey says, Jim, you are cool. I know because I've met you before. And Jim says, I thought so, Trace, in person. I'm different now, he says. Life is, I don't know how to read that. Life is Virginia. If it's C, I don't know how to read that. Yes, Shannon. Thanks, G. Helping me confirm what I was thinking already. I think I will be here for a while, but I have to be patient and gentle with the boss as he transitions. Yeah. And that thing of like, you know, if he knows you're going to stand up to him, there's a part of him that's already scared, honey. Right? It's like the way that everybody's scared of me. Everybody, you guys think everything's so rosy, but people are scared shitless of me because they know I will fucking speak up and say things, right? So, yeah, the softness goes a long way. That's cool, you guys, if you've met in person. Oh my gosh. Having a coffee, Heidi? Dolphin, Atlantis. Healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. I'm gonna binge pull a few cards and then I'm gonna be done. I never thought I would stream so long. And I do not feel that I want to go to, there's music at the beach, but I can only walk there and back, and I don't feel like being out. Something's just saying I don't want to be there. But I haven't made a fire in 2 days, so I'm going to light a fire earlier today. Permit myself to go nuts on the wood. Breathe, slow down. Oh. 30, shining through. Shining through. What an appropriate card for everything I've been saying, right? You ready? Shining through. Self-expression. Without filters or masks. Authentic communication. Being proud of who you are. Shining in the world. Refusing to make yourself small just to belong. Or making yourself small just to stand out. Right? A lot of people's choice of free will right now is to stay small, because it's like enabling them to feel like, you know, I'm so alone, I'm so small still, but it's not real. There's too many people, there's too many tribes, there's too many people with open arms, open hearts, open homes sometimes as well, right? You're being called to step into your true power and essence. This is one of those times where you're required to bring everything you are, all you've learned, experienced, and integrated, and offer it up in service to the world. When you take center stage, you will be noticed. And yes, as you shine brightly, you will naturally stand apart from others. This idea, might bring up excitement and genuine pride or discomfort. But this is not the time to make yourself small to avoid the glare of the spotlight or the potential punishment by others. It takes courage, but know that this is the right thing for you today. Yeah, today. There's so many people waiting for something else of showing up, right? Tomorrow, the next day. Oh, I'm going to wait till after Mercury retrograde. Oh, I got to wait till the full moon. Oh, there's another retrograde. I can't act or I can't do anything. You've come so far, and you've been in the proverbial back of the room in learning and gathering mode for so long. And this important time has served its purpose. You must now step into a new consciousness, seizing the new opportunity to share your wisdom. You'll be like a lighthouse, shining through the dark, illuminating the way for others. Be careful of the voice in your head that says you can't, or you don't know enough, or who are you to shine. The better question is, who are you not to shine? All you are and all you have been is by the grace of the divine. It is your duty to share your gifts. I believe that much is true. We're here to be in service to others, not service to self. And we're here to share our gifts. It is our duty. 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 I believe that. And if I ain't been doing it long enough to fucking like show a consistent embodiment, I don't know what else needs to be shown, right? Snake spirit, 55, duty, share, yes. Snake spirit, time to heal, 55. And that's the thing. As much as some of us are ready to go, we're not leaving no one behind. We see the timelines, and we know when we hit the mark and what we need to hit. Right? We're doing it. 55, take time to heal. All of us need healing at times, and when snake spirit appears, it's time to repair, renew, and replenish yourself and your vulnerable heart. Vulnerability is needed for friendships and partnerships to work, which means all of us will have tender emotions at times. So be gentle with yourself and others. Shed the past. Step into a new way of being, for vitality is raising within you. And I'll leave it at that. Sorry, Jim. I don't have any audio stuff. I just have the basic iPad with no good audio. I was listening to a bit of the live stream that we did together last night, 11:11, Allie and I was like, shit, like my sound is not fluid. I don't even know what to add to my device to make it better, right? I can't I can't put stuff on my head the way other people do. And I don't know what, even if I had the abundance, I don't know what to invest in to make my sound better. Because I'm projecting really loud here. Like, really, right? Like, I know it's loud. Yeah, I'm not the most tech savvy. I was trying to figure out stuff on PayPal earlier. I couldn't figure it out. Yeah, my phone gets hot too, Heidi. Never. How about wireless earbuds? I don't put stuff in my ears or on my ears, Trace. I won't. I won't. I can't. My ears are so sensitive. When I don't know if you were here, but Lily dropped something and I jumped because it felt like it was right here. Like it felt like she was throwing it on me, but it was in the kitchen. There's a wall, but it was in the kitchen. So how I hear, I don't put things in or on my ears. It's the way that I roll. My hair is like shitting. Dragon, access Earth's inner wisdom. Indeed, if you're finding disconnected, it's because you're not grounded to Gaia, and it's because you're not outside in nature enough. And I can't say that, enough. We are in summer now. The percentage of time spent inside versus outside should be completely radically different. There's actually no reason to go inside unless you're working. You need to pee, and you need to make food. That being said, depending on where you are, peeing outside would probably be good for you, and bringing a lunch outside to not make yourself go inside would probably be good for you too, right? For real. Dragon, Gaia's gateway, access Earth's inner wisdom. Dragons symbolize powerful nature and elemental spirits as well as transformation. They come to the earth to offer their wisdom and guidance and to wake up parts of our brain and cells that have lying dormant. Dragons have a powerful mystical energy aligning us to our soul's mission and to the earth and her healing. And this card and its activations will bring a dragon to you or help you make a conscious link to your dragon that's already there. And it will come when you open your heart and call it. Yeah. That's important. Ha! Look what's on the bottom, Shannon. Spider Woman, 48. Co-creation. My eye doesn't often always look. It's not a natural thing for me. I don't always look at the bottom card, right? But when I do, it's because there's a sink real close by. Woo! My gosh. I swear, half the most of the cards have flipped to the floor tonight, eh? Saraswati, 44. Saraswati, 44, Mastery. I'm not sure if my chat's not showing up anymore. Hey, Blaze. Hey, Blaze, the fuck up radio. I know I might not be, shouldn't say the word. Just, I don't know how to say the emojis. Hey, Blaze, the fuck up radio. How you doing? My chat's not showing up for me, guys. The same way as usual. I'm a snowflake and Texas will make me melt. I have to stay where the air conditioning is. Shannon, I love the orb in her hand and the light behind her head. Jim, I'm allergic to strawberries and my ex-wife used to make strawberry shortcakes when she was mad at me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I never fuck with food because I'm a chef, but I would definitely have bought some strawberry looking clothes and be like, right? When it's like, no go, buddy, you can tell because the strawberry dress is on, right? He's pissed. Don't come near me with this strawberry dress because I will fucking, right? I know. I prefer to like not take ever chances with people's lives, like, right? With allergies. Oh my gosh. As a chef for so long, it's one of the things that like I'm super epic proud of. Nobody ever had anaphylactic shock on my watch. Ever. Right? Ever. For real. When I learned about gluten allergies and how most people who go to restaurants, the restaurants don't take care because flour is ambulance, so they'll make pizza and they won't like do the stuff when they get a gluten-free plate and be careful. I rewired and changed half of my kitchen, well, not half, my kitchen was so big, a fourth of my kitchen in order to have all the gluten-free stuff. I had a freezer just for gluten-free stuff to make sure, right? And every plate got wiped down and washed with hot water before it was served to make sure that if somebody made a pizza, you know what I mean? There wasn't any bit of flour on the fucking plate. Because one of my ladies, she really taught me and told me it's like the spices. People don't buy, right? Restaurants will use these bulk spice things, and there's always a little bit of filler in there that's not, it's gluten basically, or pepper. When you don't use fresh cracked pepper and you use pepper that you just whatever, that pepper often is, you know, not pure. It has a filler in it so that they can sell it for at a pepper price, but it's got the filler, right? So when she taught me everything, the way that she taught me and explained to me that just going to a restaurant and having the gluten-free food, but the fact that somebody had, you know, there was just a bit of flour, all that, how it made her sick, right? How trusting she had to be to go into a restaurant and how it hurt her body to trust people is yeah. I don't know. I agree. I agree. Integrity. Oops. My chat's not working much anymore. I'm going to read this, and unless guided for another card, I'm going to be done, guys, because Lily's like so patient with me too, eh? I agree. Consistency, integrity, solidarity, impeccability, reliability, consistency. I never wore a chef's hat, not even once, Trace, not even for a picture. Not even the small little, never. I wore a ball cap once in a while, but it was rare because I would just get too hot. Just tie the hair back. I never wore a chef's hat. Ever. Not even the little beanie ones. Although we were always evolving, we possess deeply held values that we do not have to compromise. Your personal integrity matters. So if you're feeling pressure to say yes when your heart says no, or to be something that you're not, listen to the message that Agreen Spirit brings to you. Now's the time to remember the importance of being reliable and impeccable with your word. If you really want to say no, don't say yes for now and try to correct your mistake later. People often struggle to accept your truth and your decisions, but stick to them. Be solid and consistent, because what matters to you deep down matters to the conscious universe who loves you. Yeah, that trick, eh? I'm going to say yes because I'm too much of a pussy to say no, but I'm going to hope that something happens. Right? So, hey, I can't say no, but I'm going to put it in the hands of Source of the universe to put something in my path that changes, right? And that's bypassing, right? You don't want to be somewhere, say no. No is a full sentence. You don't know explanations, right? And it's like Phil Good says, when he gets asked to go out for supper, like in a week, like he says, I'll know when I know. How can I know what I want to eat next Friday? How can I know I want to be with you next Friday? How I know I'm not even going to be napping at 6 o'clock at night and I can make the, the time. So yeah, you have time for supper next week. We put it in as tentative, and we'll see what happens that day. Right? Oh, Shannon. I love you. If you're feeling unsure, doubting whether you have a right to take a stand, become still. Connect with the universe through this crystal. It's not your job to protect everyone's feelings and keep the peace at all costs. Right? It's not our job. That's not what being of love or integrity and authenticity is. It's not our job to protect everyone's feelings and keep the peace at all costs. You don't have to rush and smooth things over. You have to be at peace when you stand firm. If your deepest values are in sync with your purpose, the conscious universe wants you to feel and be strong right now. Right? Perfect card to end the stream with. Magic and boldness, I think I called it, right? Integrity. Integrity matters. Yeah. Trace the bacon pizza dress, strawberry shortcake and bacon dress and pizza dress. Rar. Yeah. Bacon dress. Yeah. I love chocolate from the freezer. Same sometimes. Depends what it is. Ha! Jim, you're funny. Bacon is favorite smells. When you're in a bed on Sunday morning, you smell bacon, you know breakfast is ready. What the fuck fantasy world do you live in, buddy? Holy shit. I ain't had that happen since I was a fucking child, practically. Done it for other people, but yeah, you're funny. When you're in bed and you smell bacon cooking. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Anonymity says boldness is often hacked at by jealousy. I'm not sure, because to be bold doesn't mean necessarily to everyone the same thing, or you know what I mean? Boldness doesn't, I don't know, right? I don't know. I'm too tired and I'm ending the stream to like bounce off that, and right? Yeah, but Jim says, yeah, no one's actually cooking the bacon on a Sunday morning no more. Yeah. That's funny. I was the sleeper inner too in my last relationship. The sleeper inner, the one who would get up later, right? And I never fucking woke up to bacon. I cooked it together after, but yeah. It's like I was saying, I can't even remember the last fucking birthday cake or anything I ever had like that, right? Yes, Trace. Sometimes I'm up at 3 a.m. cooking. For me, less now. It seems to be just before midnight or at midnight. But yeah, I love that too. It's important to me to have that ability, and to be able to cook up a storm in the middle of the night is the best. Okay, I gotta end because really, I never thought I would stream so long, and I'm done. I'm done like dinner. Now I gotta go make myself dinner because Lily offered to make it for me, and I said no at the time. Love you guys. Have a good night.